To give you a show.
The winner of tonight at a house game is Adekunle.
Quality package.
More seasoning cubes.
They didn't have plates.
Our food tastes as beautiful as I look.
You look like a princess. Level 2.
This is our lovely pineapple. Then I on my switch, cover my blender, and dealt with it.
I want to say how does it say your adoption? It's not a ship, I'm not in the ship. No.
Fucking quiet, sis. Fucking I didn't say anything. If you
Okay. Hey guys. You are welcome to today's conversation. Yes, first of all, I want to thank each and every one of you that has been camping on this channel for the past 10 minutes. You guys are the realest MVPs. I mean, I was literally running helter skelter over here. Like, no way. I cannot afford to be late today. But really, thank you all so much for turning up. Thank you so much. I always acknowledge the fact that this is a weekend. You all have your own business going on for you, running errands and all whatnot, but you still chose to make our time to join our FSWJ family meeting today. Guys, it's about to be a family meeting. So today, we're going to be talking a lot. There's a whole lot of things that we're going to be unpacking on this live stream today. And I want to remind all of you that, listen, everybody's opinion is welcome, all right? This is your safe space for self-expression. You have been watching the Big Brother Naija show all through the week, and I'm sure that a lot of you have a lot to say. I mean, for instance, on Sunday, immediately after Beauty was disqualified, Dupe Omiwade, who happens to also be a very good friend of mine, she immediately called me and she was screaming. I said, yes, that's the kind of reaction I'm looking forward to having today. So today, I'm going to be getting all of your reactions. I know there are a lot of you that have a lot to say, not just about Beauty's disqualification. There's also about the fights, the triangles, the relationships, the dramas, the new twist from Big Brother. There's a lot that's been happening this week, and I cannot wait to know what you have in mind. I mean, all week you have been hearing my own thoughts via my videos, and I really want to appreciate all of you for your contributions via the comment section, for dropping your thoughts, for sharing your sentiments. It's all been amazing. Thank you all so much. And so I want to encourage all of you, again, as I said before, that on this live stream, everybody's opinion is welcome, all right? And we are allowed to banter. We're allowed to disagree. We are allowed to agree. We are allowed not to even like what each other is saying, okay? It's allowed. Just come as you are, okay? And two ways you can participate on this live stream. Number one, you can just continue dropping your comments in the comment section if you do not want to join the virtual conversation. If you would love to join the virtual conversation and have conversations with me face to face, you want us, me, everybody to see your face, the moment I drop the link in the comment section, you just click on it and you'll be able to join the conversation and share your own opinion, express yourself. All right, now out of the way, let me let me just quickly, I mean, there's this thing with one here, yeah? Just quickly mention your names. I'm seeing Tosin Adeniran dropping some dollars. Tosin, thank you so much. Tosin is always a huge supporter of this channel. Thank you so much, Tosin, for dropping the super sticker. And there's Mariam Shwaibu. Hi, Mariam. There's Easter. There's Amaka. I was thinking for a second that this would be Amaka in the level of mansion. Okay, there's Jelly Cash. There's Prince. There's who else? There's Mercy. There's Tilasi. Thank you all so much for joining. I mean, guys, wherever you're joining from, whichever country, wherever your location is, just drop the flag of the country you're joining from in the comment section so that we can identify you. Okay. Thank you so much. There's Franca, there's Adama, there's Fumilayo Ibrahim. Hi, Fumi. There's Olusegun Omobulejo. I hope I got that right. There's Ifoma. Hi, Ifoma. There's Ellie. Okay. There's Onte Kanye. Oh my God. See, anyhow I pronounce your name, I love you. Don't mind if I pronounce your name. Anyways, if I did not, oh, there's Latif. For Laniron. Hi Latif. I love the way you spelled your name. There's Joseph, there's Truly, there's Sarah, there's Nimat, there's Not Sexy. Okay, that's quite spicy. Okay, listen, if I did not mention your name, it does not make you less important or Does not make you unimportant. So really, thank you all so much. Now, moving on, I'm just going to list out the things we're going to be talking about to prepare your mind, all right? So that you will also be preparing what you want to discuss with us here. So number one, we're going to be looking at beauty's disqualification, and beneath that topic of conversation, there's a hashtag that's currently trending on Twitter. I think since she was disqualified on Sunday, yeah. Some people, some persons from her fan base, they've been trending that hashtag, and it will also shock people to know that some of them had found me worthy to send me DMs on Instagram, telling me that, oh, Glory, we know that there's something you can do, about it. We know that you can talk to Big Brother to bring beauty back. So I think this is the opportunity I need to use to put out this disclaimer that I am not Big Brother. Although I might make some predictions and they come to pass, that is just because of how I do my own analysis, guys. I give my predictions, and yes, I give myself my flowers. Sometimes my predictions are 100% correct, as we've seen this season so far, but I'm not Big Brother. Number two, I do not even know who Big Brother is. Number three, I do not know who is in charge of organizing the entire Big Brother show, Big Brother Naija show. I don't know these people directly. I'm just trying to say that maybe you guys think I actually do have a connection. I actually do not, all right? And we're going to address the real reasons Beauty was disqualified, because it seems as though people are being overly sentimental. People are not really ready to accept the shocking, or should I say the glaring truth, that Beauty actually did deserve to be disqualified. All right, she did deserve it. It was not an unjust punishment. It was very, very just, and it was just very, very deserving. She got what she bargained for. All right, we're going to talk about that. Another thing we're going to talk about is the riders and the fake housemates. That's one of the biggest, most spiciest twists for the season. And I did a video this week. I shared my own thoughts about it and my concerns, especially. I would love to hear from you all as well. And we're going to be talking about Daniela and Khaled. See those two people. I don't even know. I have no words. I've actually said a lot on my channel about those people this week. I would love to know your own thoughts about them. We're going to be talking about the triangles in the level 1 space. See, in the history of Big Brother, I have seen triangles. But you see this triangle in the show this season, guys, it's mind-blowing. It's insane. And the most interesting part about it is that each and every one of the housemates involved in the triangle, or should I say in the trapezium, or is it in the octagon, or is it in the circle, or is it in the pyramid, whatever it is, they all know each other, and some of them don't even mind that they're in that kind of triangle. For them, it's all vibes. They're all catching cruise. Now, while some people are getting hurt, some other people they are busy catching cruise. They're your children. Anyways, aside that, we're also going to be talking about the beef between the level 1 housemate and the level 2 housemate. This one I'm particularly passionate about. I'm going to talk about that one a bit extensively, and I'll be giving more time to that a bit because, see, this season, I've been telling you all, Bbnaija is trying her best to be in the middle, as I have always been. Yes, I see what I see and I say what I see, but it seems as though some people are consciously and deliberately putting all their life's work into tagging me as being biased. And I'm going to fight those people this season with my words, of course. I'm ready for those people this season. These people are already saying that, oh, Bbnaija, you're biased. You like level 2 housemates more than level 1 housemate. Today, if you're of that opinion, you must come on this live stream and come and prove to me and the whole world how and in what way exactly I have been very, very biased towards a level 1 housemate. If you do not have any points, we'll have to think of a punishment for you, okay? So we're going to be talking about that. We will also be talking about the new triangle that's brewing in amongst the level 2 housemates. I'm talking about the ones between Amaka, Groovy, and Fina. And guys, this one is the most shocking of it all. It's the most shocking. It's the most fascinating. It's the most interesting. Yeah, it's holding my attention because I, for one, I would really love to see the end of it. When I say the end of it, I'm not talking about the whole thing ending at the time. So no way, it must not end. It must continue. I am looking forward to seeing how these two best friends, who've had a fallout before in the first week of the show, how they're going to navigate their way around that. Of course, we know that the guy involved, Groovy, he just came out of a toxic relationship with Beauty. So now we're going to talk about that as well. And then finally, last but not the least, we're going to talk about Shegs and his Madame Bella. I have a lot to say. And you see, with regards to that conversation, anybody that wants to come and give me backs, be ready to receive your own boost because you will not go scot-free today. I am ready for you people. Anyways, guys, jokes apart, let's take the conversation one after the other. Now, beginning with Beauty's disqualification. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say it again that I hope that we know that Big Brother number one is a show. Aside the fact that we know that it's meant to bring entertainment and it's also a business, whatever, whatever. Now let's focus on the show as a competition. There is no competition in this life that does not have rules. There is no competition in this life that does not come with a standard. And if there's anything I know about the show Big Brother, it comes with a rule book. It comes to a rule book that has some rules and regulations that guides the actions of the housemates in Biggie's house. And what do they say about rules? Without rules, the world will go mad. Even with rules, the world is still looking crazy, right? But without rules, it's going to be chaotic. So the Big Brother house, it comes with rules. The show itself comes with rules, and there's absolutely nothing wrong about it. Now, for those of you that have been following the show from season 2, I don't want to say season 1 because season 1 happened way back in 2006. So the likes of me did not even follow up with that season because we were still babies. We were still trying to figure out what we wanted to do with our lives. So a lot of us did not follow up with that first season. For those of you that have been watching the show from season 2 or season 3 or even season 4, you will all agree with me that over time, there are times that Big Brother is extremely lenient with the housemates. There are times that Big Brother is pretty much laid back. And you also agree with me that with the lockdown season and the Shine Your Eye season, Big Brother was unbearably lenient to the point that I would constantly come on here and I would rant and rant and rant about it. Yes, I felt like it was not being fair because there was something Big Brother used to do. There were certain housemates that would break a lot of rules on ending back to back. Right now, whilst they are breaking those rules, people will be overlooking. And I understood why he was overlooking because there's a way to punish housemates and they crawl back into their shell. They don't want to be original anymore, and then the content they begin to dish out on the show, it begins to seem non-authentic, right? So they begin to want to act. So I feel like most of the time when people does not really punish the housemates for their shortcomings, I feel like he's trying to just give them that free will. Like, okay, you know what? Just whatever I want to do, as long as you entertain the viewers. But then, when Biggie does that, most of the housemates, they get away with a lot of things. And it doesn't go well with most of us, the viewers, especially those of us who feel like Big Brother has kind of unjustly punished certain housemates whose grievances is not even worse than the grievances of those people that he had actually allowed to go scot-free. I'll give you an example. Take, for instance, the Pepper Dem Gang season. There was a particular Saturday night party that Mercy Eke, out of anger or whatever it was that she was under the influence of, had actually smashed the Oppo phone on the floor and it had broken. I think she smashed it against the wall on the floor. I can't remember. But that phone was damaged. Now, a lot of us felt like Mercy deserved a strike. But guess what? Mercy did not get a strike. And that was because her fans, they went onto Twitter. In fact, they utilized the whole of social media and then they were campaigning online. Oh, Oppo, please forgive Mercy. Oh, Oppo, please forgive Mercy. And that was exactly what happened. The brand forgave Mercy, and it felt as though the brand's decision at that point in time influenced the right punishment that should have been meted out to Mercy. To be very honest, one of the rules of Biggie's house is that a housemate is not allowed to damage Biggie's property. So, if we're talking about within the constraints of the show, Mercy has damaged Big Brother's property. But her fans interpreted that to be that, she actually damaged a brand's property and not Big Brother's property. And so she does not deserve a strike. And Mercy did not get a strike. But then Thatcher, on the other hand, if you count the number of strikes Thatcher was getting, and you count the offenses, to be very frank with you all, to some extent, it did not really equate at all. It's like bringing a machete to a slap fight. It's like I give you a slap and then boom, you get angry and you go and carry machete and you come and slash the person's head open. That was the situation between Tacha and Big Brother. Although people were arguing that, Tacha was very, very rude, arrogant. She was rude to Ebuka. She was doing this and that, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people were saying a lot of things, yeah. But then, in my frank opinion, at that point in time, I felt like compared to that one crime that Mercy committed, and compared to some of the things that Mercy used to say in the house, Benita also had a lot to say, insulting people on one occasion, people that got punish you. Now you know, say, go give us a totabi. All those things, all those little things here and there that other housemates were allowed to go scot-free of, it felt as though Tacha kept on receiving punishment, you know? So it kind of made Big Brother look biased that season. And then look at the lockdown season. Erica and Kidwire, they were whispering a lot. They were doing this a lot. Da, 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 da. Oh, don't sleep in the head of house lounge and then you will sleep. It took a lot of people to campaign once again on social media before Big Brother now grudgingly, it seemed, decided to give them their punishment, which resulted in strikes. And then Shine Your Eyes season, Pere and Maria whispering all the time, not using their microphones. People literally had to campaign and complain before Big Brother decided to now give them a strike. So what am I trying to say? Over time, if you've been following the show back to back, it would seem as though Big Brother grudgingly metes out punishment to these housemates. And so what I am seeing with this new season now is that I feel like Big Brother is trying to make up for all of his excesses. I feel like Big Brother is trying to be more serious with, or rather more intentional with the rules of the game. The rule is the rule. What are those rules? You come into Big Brother's house, play your game, be yourself, play your strategy. There's absolutely nothing wrong in any participant of the show having a strategy. But what is exactly wrong is when you intentionally, deliberately, with your eyes open, with your agenda smelling in your nonsense head, you go ahead and you break the rules. That is what is wrong. And that was exactly what Beauty did. Everybody that watched the show from the very first night that the level 2 housemates were introduced first into Biggie's mansion, you will attest to the fact that Beauty has started giving signs of someone that came to act out the script, and at the end of the day, the script backfired. Beauty had it coming. And I tweeted out this morning that for those people that are saying that, oh, Beauty's disqualification was unjustified, blah, 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 they're actually delusional. To be very frank with you all, they're actually delusional. I understand you have a faith. You love your faith. There's absolutely nothing wrong in you loving or standing anyone. But then when you now blatantly want to play that pity card or the victim card, and you want to start blaming everybody around except your faith for their excesses, then you're being delusional. Beauty lacked self-control in that house. Beauty lacked emotional intelligence in handling situations around her. And I'll put it to you that if not for Saif, that kept on standing in her way on that very first time that she was attacking verbally Bbnaija, trust me, it was the very next day that she received strike that she would have been disqualified. Yeah. Because with the way she was going, she had so much energy. At some point, I was scared that this girl, I was scared that you're going to get a high blood pressure. This girl was all over the place with her emotions. Her emotions were flying everywhere. It was Saif that stood right there in front of her as a human shield. It was because of Saif. Even the groovy that she was fighting for, the guy was inside his room, he was sleeping. How did she display a lack of self-control? She displayed the lack of self-control by being overly dramatic, by reacting excessively to a situation that did not really warrant her to react excessively. And guys, I've said this before that yes, Bbnaija was not innocent. Bbnaija provoked her. Bbnaija triggered her non-stop. But then you are in Big Brother's house. That was the essence of you being on a lockdown for 7 days with another stranger that you don't know anything about. That's the essence of you going through all those psychological tests that they put you through. The organizers put these housemates through a series of mental and psychological tests to see if they are capable, if they are emotionally and mentally capable of standing the heat of being in a confined space for 72 days. So if you know that you want to come and win that kind of money, one of those human personality traits that you should really possess is self-control. self-control, but she lacked it. So I'm going to stop with the talk about this beauty disqualification. I will say it 1 million times. Beauty deserved her disqualification. She was not disqualified because Big Brother disliked her. She was not disqualified because she was rude to Big Brother, because she actually was. She was disqualified because she broke the rules. And there's absolutely nothing wrong in Big Brother punishing her for it. And I rest my case right there. If you want to talk about it, when you come on here, you give me your own points, and hey, we'll accept it. Anyways, moving on to the riders and the fake housemates. To be very honest, I said this before, that Modella, honestly, I don't know what that girl is doing in that house. I think it's high time Big Brother swapped the fake housemates for the riders. At the moment, I think Deji is actually doing a lot without Big Brother even giving him a mission. Unlike Modella, that was given a mission, came with so much bragging energy. You people have not been seeing a show. I am here now. I am coming with the show. They came with so much. At the end of the day, she got into the house, and now she's fallen in love with Brian. She's looking at creating her own ship. And now it's even making me question the essence of having the fake housemates in the house. Why are they in the house? That's the question. Why are they in the house? Yeah? Or why is Modella in that house? If she's meant to be a fake housemate, the question is she meant to be there till day 72? If not, can we please, Big Brother, have someone else that can actually do the assignment, actually understands the assignment, that can actually deliver? I mean, yes, I agree. Modena is very, very talented. I kind of forgave her a lack of focus on the task at hand because of the way she presented her fashion. That girl is heavily talented. And one prayer I pray for her is that the moment she comes out of that house, that fashion brands, home and abroad, on an international scale, they look for her and then they take her onto their team, because that girl, she's a walking bag of ideas. She's a walking bag of talent. Oh my God, I admire her so much just for that one reason. But when it comes to someone who's very focused on executing a task, a mission, I'm sorry, our will is very, very weak. She doesn't really have the emotional strength. Yeah, she doesn't really have the emotional capacity to handle it. I feel like she's a very, very emotional person. She's very, very sensitive, and you cannot execute Biggie's mission being sensitive, overly emotional. I don't think she's up to the task. So my suggestion is, can we just have someone else, please? I mean, she's a fake housemate, right? And talking about Deji is doing amazingly well. He's doing amazingly well. I am really impressed at the way this guy has set fire amongst the level 1 housemates without even approaching any girl for a relationship. Seriously. This guy, I said, okay, bruv, you are the actual GOAT, the greatest of them all. You've not asked any woman for a relationship, and there's fire everywhere. Doing is losing her shit. Doing is losing her mind. Her alpha female title is beginning to crumble. And Chichi, that one literally is selling her bum to Deji on a platter of gold. Say, bruv, take me. I want to be used. I want to be a giver. She was screaming yesterday. Chomzy is still hanging on the scale. So imagine if Deji now approaches one girl, and both of them, they start playing the ship script. Guys, it's going to be a competition between Bella and Shex and Deji and whoever he chooses. It's going to be insane. So I must commend Deji. He's really doing great. However, he needs to control his tongue. He needs to bridle his tongue. Big Brother needs to call him to order and tell him to control the things he says, because at the moment, the likes of Giddy Fire, the likes of Ellis Swags, the likes of Adekunle, they kind of figured him out that there's every possibility that he is a fake housemate. Because from talking one of those days, he has had a slip of tongue in exposing himself. So he needs to be careful. And I'm talking about Rachel. I'm sorry, I don't understand what that girl is doing in that house. I honestly do not understand. Like, Rachel literally thinks that this is Nigerian Idol inside Big Brother Naija. Like, she literally wants to be singing all the time. I'm yet to see that feistiness that she claims to possess on the stage. She said we've been watching rehearsals, and now she's here. She wants to give us the actual show. But what I'm seeing is one girl that's gradually melting. Yeah, she's melting. She too wants to enter ship. She too now, she wants to be doing musical talent show. And it's boring. I don't want to see that one person that will come and be singing. And I'm sorry, the voice service is not that great. But we don't want to see that one person that will come and be singing all the damn time. No, we want to see you execute the task of being biggest rider, your biggest agent. Obviously, before getting into the house, you must have been briefed about the reason you're getting into the house, except they were not told. I doubt if they were not told. So obviously, you've been told. Guys, I don't even know why I'm saying obviously. Can somebody cancel obviously from my mouth? But really, I feel like they've been told. So why is she in there and then she's not really delivering? She's acting like the good girl, telling the housemates, oh, I've got your back. Anyways. And then last but not the least, cheesy. Oh my God. You know what? I have no words. I have no words. Cheesy is just all over the place. But I'm just going to try as much as possible to exercise patience and see, when and if Big Brother is going to give them specific task for them to execute in their respective houses. That is when I'll now really come to the conclusion. All right? Come to the conclusion if they are capable of the task or not. Stella Okafor is saying, we reject every spirit of obviously. Amen. Someone is Yakubu is saying Rachel is there to sing last with Giddy Fire. Oh my God. That was a disaster. That singing was a freaking disaster. I mean, what was that? What was that? David said, Jesus said, Pina Colado. Woo! Guys, that was insane. That was insane. Anyways, yeah, I mean, Fahad Asman is saying those fake housemates are just consuming space. Honestly, that's exactly what they're doing. And it's boring. It's boring because even the actual housemates are giving more content than the fake housemates. The fake housemates are just there to come and eat their food, shut their ration. Big Brother, do something about it. We're not happy with the result that we're seeing so far of your new twist. Now, moving on quickly, let's talk about Daniela and Khalid. Guys, I have no words at this point. But I've actually done a video over the week to express my sentiments. And at this point in time, to be very honest, I don't even know. Okay, my mouth, guys, you people know that when I want to throw shit, it's not very nice. So I'm just trying to control my mouth because if I say what I want to say now, but you know what? I'm gonna leave it to you people to come and tell me, all right? I'm not gonna say anything because no, I've told myself that this season, anybody that shags in Big Brother's house, I'm gonna try as much as possible not to judge them. Because I want to, first of all, put into consideration the fact that number one, they are human. Number two, they have flesh and blood. Number three, their biggest house, it's a confined space. Feelings can easily be caught. Feelings can easily be amplified. Emotions can easily be heightened. So I'm just trying as much as possible to just maintain my cool and calm and collection. And guys, let's also remember something, because sometimes when I watch these housemates, especially the level 2 housemates, because it seems as though they are more younger than the level 1 housemates. Yeah, if you check their age range. I mean, for the likes of Brian is 22, I think. What's this girl's name? Amaka is 22 or 23. I can't be really sure. What's this person's name now? Daniela is 22. Khalid crossed over to 22 the other day. His birthday was on Thursday, I think, if I'm not wrong. Yes. So they are really young people. They are really young people. So when I look at Daniela and Khalid, I just tell myself, first of all, that these two children, it's youthful exuberance. And you know the thing about some of these youths, I mean, those of us that have crossed over the age of our 20s, some of us, we can attest to the fact, when you just start having sex for the first time, it's like you want to really experiment, you want to explore, they shock you. Anywhere you see the person where they're attracted to, you want to knock, you want to shock, you want to do everything. Your body will do the thing in between your legs will be doing ding 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 ding, to be ringing a bell, ding 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 ding. Anywhere you hear another male man ding, will be doing ding ding ding. Hello, are you there? Hey, hi, see me here. So I just feel like a whole lot is going on with Daniela at the moment that even she herself cannot explain. To be very frank with you all, I feel like she herself cannot even explain what she's going through. Because this girl, after embracing the thrills of passion within the shit or beneath the duvet, after the whole action, the whole activity, you see her the next morning she's crying. Guys, I mean, if I find myself in such a situation and I'm crying, I want to be crying because I feel like the dick is very good. I don't know if you can feel me, sisters in the house. You know, if you taste a very, very good bola and the thing is very nice, oh my days, when you are crying, you're shedding tears of joy because you know that you just had an amazing experience. And the big that you just experienced, even money cannot buy it. Even money cannot equate to it. My God. Guys, I mean, I can relate on that level if I'm crying after that kind of experience, yeah. The thing has to be good. Or if I am crying, I could be crying because, oh my God, I just wasted all the acrobatic styles I have in my life just for this mediocre day. Now, for Daniela, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be frank with you. Guys, I don't know why this girl cries after they do. Why exactly is she crying? The last video I uploaded the other day, I was asking you all the question. Is she crying out of shame? Is she trying out of self-hate, self-reproach? Because most of the time, there are some people that don't want to do things, but because they are just simply attracted to the person they are doing it with, they feel obliged to do it. Now, let's paint a scenario. Take for instance, because from what I'm seeing, it feels as though Daniela is so attracted to Khalid that she can't say no to him. And then when they do, I don't know, it's like she feels like, oh my God, if I don't smash with this guy, he might leave me. So let me just continue doing it. Guys, to be very honest, I don't know what's working through those two people's minds. So I'm just going to leave that conversation to all of you, all right? At the moment, I'm at the stage of speculation. Because I'm not under that duvet. The other day, I tried experimenting by carrying my duvet to cover my head, but the things I saw beneath the sheet, even me, I cannot breathe. I was suffocating. And I asked you all the question, how did these children breathe beneath the duvet? How do they breathe? Like, people will carry this thing like this over their head. I wish I brought my duvet. You carry it over their head. And then for over 10-15 minutes, they'll be under the sheet. Can they breathe? How can I be inhaling somebody's oxygen? Anyways, moving on. The triangle in level 1. Now, this triangle has Deji, or should I call it pyramid? It has Deji at the pinnacle of it all, right? So there's Deji. There's Doyin. Guys, imagine in your mind you're drawing a diagram, yeah? So there's Deji, there's Doyin, there's Allison that's directly connected to Doyin, and then there's Adekunle, who is obviously now attracted to Allison, and then there's also Hemis that's obviously attracted to Allison. Guys, one thing I'm praying for is that triangle should not end anytime soon. I like seeing the result of people's actions, to be very honest, guys. I like seeing it. I want to see how they are going to navigate their way around such a situation. At the moment, Deji is obviously smitten by Chichi, but for him, the reason why he's not really making any move on Chichi just yet is because Chichi is just as problematic as Doyin. He was having that conversation with Dotun yesterday. He said it that he doesn't want to be in a relationship where he is constantly having to fight and defend his partner. That Chichi is very, very argumentative. Doyin is very, very argumentative, problematic. So why would you want to be in a relationship where every time she has a situation with someone, so by virtue of the fact that he's Doyin's or Chichi's boyfriend, he has to now run out skelter to go and defend them. And then you used Shegs and Bella as an example. Even when Bella is not even involved in a fight, Shegs is always going to go and fight war. We're going to talk about Shegs later. Let me just remove my mind from Shegs. Now, moving on. That's about the triangle, guys. So the question is, who would you like to see Deji settle with at the end of the season? Inside Big Brother, I don't know about the outside world. Who would you love to see Deji settle with of all the women I've mentioned? Doyin, Allison, there's Chichi, and then there's Chomzi. Obviously, he is attracted to Chomzi lustfully. Okay, all right, moving on. The beef between the level 1 and the level 2 housemates. Now, this is where I'm going to clear the air and I'm going to clear my name. Number 1, guys, I do not have any special attraction to any of the levels. I do not. I love them equally because number 1, they are first the level 1 housemates of the season 7 of Big Brother Naija. So by virtue of them holding that title, I love them. Because I've always said it before, that this season comes packed, loaded with a lot of things that I have been expecting. And they are giving me what I'm expecting. So because of that, I appreciate all of them. I enjoy what they are bringing to the table. And if I criticize them, please see it as my analysis at the point in time when they perform a certain action. If I watch the show today, for instance, and let's say, for instance, I was praising the level one housemates yesterday. I'm praising them because they actually did something worthy of being praised. If I'm praising the level two housemates today, it's because they did something that's worthy of being praised. If I'm giving them accolades, it's because they deserve the accolade. Every single person that watched that presentation last night can attest to the fact that not just only this week, but since the week one, the level one housemates, they've been very, very extremely condescending towards the level two housemates. They talk down on the level two housemates at every point in time. They insult them. They call them all manner of names, that they are classless, that they are loud, that they do not have finesse, they are not bougie. They call them all manner of names. I mean, Bella went into the diary room on Tuesday for a diary session, and then Big Brother was asking her the same question he was asking a fellow housemate. Oh, how do you feel about your new house? What was her response? She feels poor. What does that mean? So Biggie that created that kind of space, Biggie no get sense. Biggie does not have sense. That's what you're trying to say. You know, I mean, and they don't even hide it. They are very expressive about their dislike and their disgust and their irritation at the sight of the level two housemate. Now, I'm going to put this disclaimer out there because I feel like I've been putting on 1 million disclaimers already. Listen, I know that this is a game. And in a game like this, in a competition like this, the people will have rivalries, right? They will have beef. But then the question is, this rivalry that the level one housemates have automatically created between themselves and the level two housemates, is it toxic or healthy? And if you all recall, that is the reason why all the housemates, the level one housemates, are against Doing, because they feel like, oh, Doing is supporting them. So Doing is not being a good sportsman. Doing is not being a good teammate. So Doing was like, no, I do not have to be as toxic as you people are towards those other people to prove that I am a good sportsman, to prove that I am a good teammate. So the level one housemate, I get it. They are showing off that spirit of competitiveness, and I am loving it. If it's about the drama and the violence, call me. I will answer my phone. Yes. I will mark register and say, yes, I am present. But talking about the spirit of competition, I feel like they're very, very toxic. They're very toxic. And at the end of the day, they end up shaming themselves, guys. They end up shaming themselves. Another important thing that I have also noticed is that because of their level of toxicity, because of their classism, yeah, that they constantly express against the level two housemates, yeah, that they constantly express against the level two housemates, they don't enjoy their task as much as the level two housemates enjoy their task. I don't know how many of you have noticed it. When they have their task, you will see that the only motivating factor for them to be executing that task, for them to want to win, is because they want to pepper, is because they want to shame the level two housemates. They are not participating in their task because they enjoy it. Unlike the level two housemates who participate in their task to enjoy it. And now this is not me saying that the level two housemates are better than the level one housemates, guys. This is not what I'm saying. This is not me saying that the level two housemates are saints. This is not me saying that level two housemates do not have their own form of madness in their heads. But one thing I've noticed that they do not have that level of toxicity. They are very, very competitive. I mean, look at yesterday. After they won the task, they brought out their song, Too Much Shalaye in the Full Basket, you understand? I mean, it was quite hilarious. That was petty, yes, but that was because they were also reciprocating their energy. But I don't think I've actually, since the show started, heard the level two housemates calling a family meeting just to insult individually every single member of the level one housemate. Now, once again, I will say that this is a competition. This is a show. This is a competition, and rivalry is allowed. But then the question is, should it be toxic to that extent? Should it be toxic that way? It's crazy. All right. Now, talking about the level 2 housemates, what I do not really like about them, their own style of approaching their task, is because it's as though they literally have to wait to experience some level of defeat before they add more seriousness in their preparations for their task. When they win a task, you will see that they become very, very laid back, become very, very relaxed. It's like they've arrived. Yes, I have arrived. I don't have to do anything else. But the moment they now fail, they will not become very miserable. Their energy level will be very, very low. That's when you now see that they will not be thinking or racking their brain. They will not be giving their best, so that they will win. That I do not like about them. In life, life should not be approached that way. You cannot say that, oh, because you won once, then the odds might possibly be in your favor the next time. So you're not going to put in as much seriousness in preparing for the next stage. No. So their level of preparations, their preparedness when they come for task, most of the time I dislike it because it shows all forms of unseriousness. One thing I really admire about the level 1 housemates is the fact that they are very, very serious. They know that this is serious business. But then, in the midst of all of that, their seriousness, oversabi too much, overdo too much. They feel like they are the most creative. They feel like they know it all. And then, what is that thing that whenever they have a task, they will name the task after Bella and Shags? I don't understand. Have they become kiss ass? Have they become bootlickers? Like, what exactly is informing that mindset? I mean, guys, they are now walking like a pack of sheep or a herd of sheep following Bella and Shags in their behind. You know, Bella and Shags in front, they are following at the behind. It's ridiculous, guys. I mean, it's quite annoying. There was a task they had last week, or was it earlier this week, and they named it after Bella. I say, hey, Kilo, there was this one again. Yesterday night, they named it again. Bella Stitches. I'm like, hey, Egbamio, what the hell is going on? So it's ridiculous and it's exhausting. Yeah, how they keep naming Bella and Shags after all their tasks. And I'm like, okay, people have found your mini gods. Worship them. Let's know that you don't have sense. People have literally forgotten that you came into Biggie's house and the game at the end of the day is going to be won by one winner. One person is going to walk away with 100 million naira. So, in as much as you are playing the game at the moment as a collective, it does not give you room to forget yourself. So, what is this Bella Stitches, Shags, this, that, Shags dining? Like, seriously, man, seriously. Anyways, I'm going to leave the rest for all of you to say. And yeah, the Fina, Amaka, and Rufus triangle. Let me put this disclaimer out there again. Not because I like any of the people involved that much. No, I like all of them equally. Yes, and it's not like my likeness is even relevant, to be honest, because when they come out of the house, they're going to say that they don't know Bbnaija, and I don't care. I'm saying what I saw and what I have been seeing on the show. Amaka and Fina, the best of friends. They've had their fallout in the first week. They've settled their differences. They're back as being best friends again. Amaka likes Groovy, not liking him to wanting to have a relationship. As a matter of fact, she never really liked him. But then Fina wanted to matchmake Amaka and Groovy. But then Amaka is indicating no interest. And then when she saw that Groovy is now gravitating towards Fina, all of a sudden she now made it look as if she already had feelings first for Groovy. So now what exactly is in the house now is Amaka is playing the victim card. And I hate it when people play the victim card. If you do shit, you're an adult. Own it with your full chest. Stop acting as if the world is against you. You are the only one that is here. Oh my God, they're going to kill me. The world does not like me. Stop doing that. It's pathetic. And that's exactly what Amaka is doing at the moment. Fina had always been clear about what she wanted to do. She has said that even with Elo Swags, any guy that she hooks up with in that house, she wants to catch cruise. She wants to vibe. She even said it to the same groupie that is currently going to go and meet her in her bed, dragging her to his own bed. I don't even know what the both of them were doing last night, for God's sakes. But whatever it is, there's mutual understanding that, hey, I want to catch cruise. But guess what? Amaka is there carrying sentiment up and down, like carry Oshuka, put it on her head, carry sentiment up and down. And then this morning she was doing motivational speech. Amaka, you're beautiful. Amaka, oh my God, you're fine. Like she was, and listen, I actually admired that. I love it when people prep themselves up. I love when people give themselves pep talks. I love when people boost their confidence levels. I love it. It's called self-love, self-appreciation. But then when you're not doing it just because you want to prove that you're strong. Now lie, they pain Amaka. They pain her. And listen, guys, before the show started, when I was doing my expectations for this season, I talked about um, the kind of sheep I would love to see for this season. I said I would love to see a power couple. Permit me to say that whatever Shegs and Bella has at the moment, it's almost looking like a power couple thing, but on the flip side, it's not. Because I mentioned during the Boss with Toke Makiwa interview that Shegs was consciously putting in all his effort into breaking Bella's walls. And guys, he has successfully done that. Mission accomplished. Now, if you look at those two people, Shegs is in charge. We think Bella is in charge. It's a freaking lie. Shegs is in charge. Yeah. And from Bella's countenance, it looks like every word of affection she gives to Shegs, it's like she's just saying it for the show. It's like she's not really feeling it. Last night I was watching both of them kiss, and this girl, imagine you finish kissing someone and you just turn like this. I'm like, I don't understand. Did they put gun to your head and say you must kiss this guy? Like, don't kill him, we'll kill you. Like, seriously, Bella, loosen up. So what I'm saying is that was gonna be looking like, you know, a power couple ship, but it's not really giving me that kind of vibe or that kind of energy because Bella is really kind of subdued in that mix. I feel like Shegs has more content than what Bella is bringing to the table. And it saddens my heart because Bella has so much potential to deliver. She has more potential to be the biggest contender in that house. But at the moment, it's like she's hiding like a scared cat in the shadows of Shegs. If there's no Shegs, it's like there's no Bella. If there's no Shegs, there's no Bella. But you cannot say that there's no Bella, there's no Shegs. No, because Shegs in his own unique way has a way of drawing attention to himself. He has a way of using Bella to create his own content in that house. And he also has a way of creating his own content without even having Bella in the picture. Anyways, talking about Fina, Amaka, and Groovy, I would love to see Fina and Groovy start up a proper ship. Why? Because I know that it's going to be crazy. It's going to be powerful. That's what I feel. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop giving my own analysis right here. I have exhausted everything that I bulleted here on my note. So, I'm just going to go ahead now and share the link. If you want to be the first to go with this conversation, please, please, please just click on the link. All right. Click on the link in the comment section. All right. Okay. So the link is right there now. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? Yeah. Who wants to go first? Okay. If you have anything to contribute to the conversation, just click on the link. All right. And I'll add you. Hi, Palesa. Palesa, you have to unmute so that we can hear you. Hello. Hi, Palesa.
I'm so sorry, guys. I look so crusty. Wait, let me do this.
You look beautiful. How are you?
I'm fine. Okay, Lori, I know when you don't agree with a person, you tend to nod your head. So please don't nod because I'm going to say something controversial.
Listen, I'm going to put on my poker face right now. So whatever you say, whether I agree or not, I'm just going to be looking at you. All right? So let's hear
Yes,
you.
thank you. Thank you. Hi to everybody listening. Um, okay, so we're gonna talk about the levels, the competition, right? I think for me, right, level one does tend to overdo it, like especially when they shade level two and whatever. But I feel like they understand that it's a game. Like, do you understand? Like, they're not there to maintain friendships. Like, they're there for the 100 million. So for me, I don't have a problem with the way they approach the games and everything, because I feel like at the end of the day, it's a competition between levels. Yes, we know like only one person's gonna win the money, but for now, it's a competition between levels, so they kind of understand that dynamic. And then with the Shakes and Bella, I think the only reason why they tend to name the games after them and stuff is because, well, Shakes is always putting his relationship, first. I mean, even when he was arguing with Dotun, I think Chichi was asking him, like, why do you feel as if everybody wants Bella or something like that? I'm not
Yeah.
really sure. I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
hear them properly. So I think they're just giving them what they want because they think everybody's against them, everybody wants to be like them. So when they do tasks or whatever, Checks tends to take over the conversation. I don't know if you have noticed, but he tends to
that's a
like,
really that's a better.
yes, he tends to like over take the conversation, and then he wants his ideas to go, and then he'll be like guys, I'm not against your idea, I'm just saying like we should do it like this with. So I think they're just indulging him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then with Fina and Amaka, I think God forgive me, but I think you know what, Fina looks better with Groovy. I don't know if they like each other for real or it's just cruise like they said, but that ship is better than Amaka and Groovy because Amaka tends to like have crushes on every guy. Even now she's saying she wants to go to level one. I'm sure she wants to go there because of Deji. She won't say it, but maybe also because of Kitty Fire. Now Diana likes Kitty Fire, meaning she'll now fight with Diana. So I'm
All
not
right.
feeling. Yes, and I think level one should keep continue, like they should continue winning head of house. Why? Because I mean, at the end of the day, it only builds Fina's fan base because I'm her fan, by the way. It builds Brian's fan base. I'm his fan also. So at this point I still haven't seen like or figured out who can win, but so far I feel like Fina, Brian, him is strong competition. Chichi is just disappointing me because I like her, but she's not she's just in the background with Chumzi and
All right,
Bella.
Vanessa. Thank you very much. Yeah, we really need to move on quickly. All right. I was supposed to
Okay.
ask you just one question so that you can answer everybody can relate. But really, I do not disagree with anything you said, and I love the fact that you pointed out. I love the fact that I love the fact that you pointed out that, with the level one housemates, they understand that it's a game. And listen, I mentioned it during my analysis that it is a game, right? People are allowed to be competitive. But should they be competitive in a toxic way or in a healthy way? Now they are choosing violence, and it's fine because hey, we want the violence, right? But then the question is, how does it portray them to the viewing audience? The truth is it that everybody that makes up the viewing audience, do they entertain such? Because what they do not know that they are doing is they are giving more leverage, more advantage to the level two housemates. There's a way you can be competitive and toxic without overly doing it, right? There's a way you can do it. You can create a balance with that. And now it's making Doing look like the only good person of all the level one housemates. Even though Doing is very, very dramatic as well, it's making her look like she's the only good person because she's the only one standing up for the level one housemates and the level two housemates. And I wish they could see that, but they are not seeing that. And the fact that every time they lose, they think Big Brother allows the level two housemates to win out of pity. That's very insulting to Big Brother's intelligence. It makes it look like they think Big Brother does not know his work. Or they make it look like Big Brother, who claims to see everything and knows everything, is actually not seeing everything or even knowing everything. All right. So I'm just gonna leave the rest to the next speaker. Hi, Jessica.
Oh, Glory.
Hi, you're welcome to the conversation.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question beginning with beauty's disqualification. The bring back
Okay.
beauty hashtag. What do you think about
Actually, Beauty deserved that disqualification because what she did wasn't good at all. Actually, I didn't see the reason why she should be angry
it?
at.
Can you away from what you are because there's a lot of background noise so that we can hear only you speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was saying that Beauty deserved that disqualification because what she did, I didn't understand what she did there. And I didn't understand why she had to give Groovy laid out principles for him not to dance with someone, or for him, all that thing was so scattered all about. So I didn't understand why Beauty did that, but she really deserved that disqualification. And Glory, is it possible that when someone is being disqualified, the person can come back? Because I'm not sure. Because all the past seasons, if you are being disqualified, I've not seen anybody coming back again. So I'm not sure this would work. But if she's to come back, then maybe she might have learned her lesson before coming back.
She can actually come back. It has happened before during the double Wahala season, yeah, where we had Chloe. Chloe was sent back into the house, but as a fake housemate. And I think she stayed for only, was it 2 weeks or 1 week? So if Big Brother wants to create another twist, he could actually bring back Beauty, maybe to scatter whatever Fina and Groovy are already having, but as a fake housemate. She's been disqualified, and that's the end of her day on the show. She
Okay.
cannot come back and equally compete for the 100 million anymore. But she can come and
Okay.
probably get more publicity from the platform, even though she stays for only 1 week. Yeah.
Okay. Then she can come back and destroy the ship because Modella is not doing anything. So she
Yeah.
can come back and scatter the ship.
Mhm.
That Groovy and Fina are trying to do.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much, Jessica. Let's quickly move on to Lydia. Okay. Hi, Lydia.
Hello.
Hi. You're welcome to the conversation.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Glory. How you doing?
Good afternoon. Okay, quickly, let me ask you first about the beauty disqualification. What do you think about it?
First off, I actually didn't see it coming. No. When I saw the Saturday night stuff happening, I was actually thinking Biggie was going to be a bit nice and give out. On Twitter, everybody was. I'm not saying what Biggie did was wrong. I'm actually just saying that I didn't see it coming because I felt like even herself, she didn't see it coming. She actually thought that she would just go and create drama as per usual Saturday night party after drama, and everybody would be like, "Whoa, we are enjoying the content." Maybe Biggie would have probably kept her because she felt like Nigerians were enjoying the content. And the disqualification, yes, I agree that she deserved it because how can they put 100 million on the table and you're fighting? And the reason why you're fighting is not because of any other thing, it's because of man. Like, it's actually really, really bad. If they even think of why they disqualified you, like thinking of man, it's not another reason, it's because of a man. So I feel like she deserves it, and maybe her whole life she have actually not seen that kind of thing that will humble her. So this is something that she really needs to sit down, reflect on, and learn from, because she actually really needs to learn that this world does not revolve around her and things cannot go away all the time. Because she won Miss Nigeria doesn't mean that Biggie does not have his rules and he cannot do his things his own way. So in as much as I didn't see it coming, I actually feel like she deserves it. Do I want her to come back? To do what? I don't know what she's coming back to do. Even
Yeah.
as a fake housemate or anything, I actually don't really see the point, because I was watching a video today and she was talking to Fina. I saw a video, just a recap of how she's an extremist and dwelling in this house. People don't really understand the fact that our emotions are heightened and all. Yes, it's a confined space, I understand, but if Biggie brings her back, it's going to be another more violence. Like, see the first week, see the way she pulled Ilebaye's wig and she was pointing her fingers into her eye and all, thinking that the second week was going to be better. Then the second week, she's not to flog someone. So if they bring her back now, she's going to still be an extremist like she is and do something worse. So for the sake of we, the viewing audience, and her, it's not necessary. Me, I know I like violence, but I don't say you should go and beat somebody's child. So they should just keep her to calm down. She should calm down. There's no need. She should learn
Yeah.
from it. If Biggie brings her back, I don't think she's going to learn the lesson I want her to learn. She will be like, at the end of the day, you still brought her back. So
You have your
she
own
should
personal
actually,
lesson that you want us to learn.
yeah, she should sit down and reflect and think that this life, everything must not always be your way every time. Like, sometimes you just have to, just like what Vicky told everyone housemates like yesterday. Too much ingredients, they spoil food. For you to be vexing, like every time you want everything to just be about you. Like, sometimes it will spoil the food and it will not be nice. So she should just stay at home and watch them.
Let me
Maybe.
quickly throw in this question to you. Yeah. So a lot of people that like the kind of content that Beauty brings, they call her Real. They said she's
Hmm.
being real. How do
Hmm.
you, what do you think about that concept of realness?
Glory, sincerely speaking, this season there are so many. If someone does something, one thing about these Big Brother Naija fans that I don't want to use the word disgust, but they disgust me sometimes, especially when I'm someone that if I'm watching the show, I'm also on Twitter because I want to be seeing people's tweet and understanding what people are thinking. Yeah. But sometimes you just see some things that some people are thinking, and you're just in your head, you're just like, so people actually think like this. How can you tell me that? Yes, I understand that. Because at first I wanted to make a case for beauty and say I commented on that video you made that day that I felt like she was acting. Sincerely speaking, I was like, I do not want to believe that someone is actually like this. That they actually put 100 million on the table and you're fighting. First of all, I'm sorry, let me deviate a bit. That thing that people will come to the show and tell us that because they are in a situationship, abi kenu, abi what, that they should not dance with another person on the dance floor. Please, what's that? Because how can you floor, as I'm looking at that dance floor, I want vibes. As I'm hearing the music, I also want the vibe to be reaching my side. Imagine if everybody is coupling up and everybody just dancing like we are on one this thing like that. Like it's boring. How can people just be telling us I don't dance with this person? Can't you people just dance with each other? Then when the party is over, we can go back to our various ships. 100 million on the table. You are telling me rules and regulations. Do not dance with this person. Do not. I feel like that's nonsense. And then for the realness of the thing, yeah, this season, so many people think that this person does this thing and this person is real. She might be real in a way, but the realness, in as much as maybe there is small realness, I also felt like she was actually doing some things for her to be on the trend table. She actually, maybe subconsciously, I feel like some things she actually wanted to, this thing, if I do, and Nigerians go talk and she will trend. And was she trending? She was actually really, really trending. So
Yeah.
because first of all, she was talking with Groovy calmly, and then the next thing I'm seeing, she's pulling wig and she's flogging him. Like from where? When did it get to that point? There's a little
Okay.
bit of realness, but at the same time, I feel
All
like
right.
there was small jara, small ingredients
Yeah.
was added.
Thank you. Thank you so much, India. Thank you so much.
You know,
Thank you so
so
much for sharing your perspective with us. Okay. Now let's quickly move on to Na. Hello, Na. Hello. Now you have to unmute yourself. I'm trying to. Okay. Hi. You're welcome to the conversation.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. You're going to be the last person I would ask about beauty disqualification. All right. What do you think about the hashtag Bring Back Beauty?
I think it's just being toxic. Beauty is just being toxic. I think bringing her back will just bring the same energy back to the house. Cause I believe she should stay back and then face her problems, learn from her mistakes, and then accept the fact that oh I have done wrong, and then let me improve on my habits. I mean the bad ones. You get it? Yeah.
Okay. That's all. Okay. All right. Quickly, I'm going to ask you about Daniela and Callie. What are your thoughts about what's happening between those two people?
I don't know if they're having spiritual problems or what, but the thing is, the fact that Daniela goes back crying after doing those things is making me confused. As in, girl, like, what's your problem? You're doing wrong and then you're coming back crying. Like, what's your problem? If you know you have done you, if you know the thing is bad, don't do it. But you're doing it and then in the morning you start crying. Like, it's crazy. But the fact that Khalid is he's bringing his religion into the thing and then trying to pin her down. You guys aren't married. You're just there. You're having fun. Don't bring your religion into it. That oh you shouldn't drink or you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. She's not yet your girlfriend or like officially. So let her have her life, but you shouldn't pin her down saying, oh, blah, 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 I'm a Muslim. But no, that's wrong. I think he's just using her. I don't know. Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel he's using her, like taking advantage of the fact that, oh, maybe she likes him that much or something, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Na. Thank you. I
Yeah,
want
I want I want to
to-
talk about this level one housemate. Like they're irritating me the most. Like seriously. Like the fact Bella, from the first day I saw her in the house, she was too bitter for my comfort. She was too bitter. Even for the show they had yesterday, when Biggie was talking to Fina, I saw the bitterness in her. Like I don't know why she's so bitter towards Fina and the level two housemate. Like why? And then when they told them to like switch houses, and she was saying she feel like she was poor, she was rich before. You were in a house where they brought you in the house, right? You're supposed to have fun, not think about all of those things. Oh, so you want to say those people that were in that house, they're not humans? Like she's so bitter. She has to like let go of something. I don't know what's her problem, or maybe that's the way she's living outside. But leave what you have outside and then bring something inside. Don't bring those attitude you have outside. And the fact that what's his name Shegs is like condoling those things, and when she's doing it, he's supporting her. And then they were saying, oh, Biggie just gave them the winning because he thinks they have won too much. He just wants to like let them feel, as if they're winners. Really? Don't you think they're capable as well? They were capable. That's why you guys are all in the same house together. You don't have to say that. They were totally wrong. I felt so bad. Like why would you even say that? You were practically saying, oh, Biggie doesn't have a mind on his own. He's just doing it because he's favoring them or they don't deserve it. You guys did nonsense. Totally nonsense. Why were you guys singing? I enjoyed their show level two. When I was watching it, I felt so good within myself, to be honest. I felt I was watching a real show. When they came, I saw nonsense. They were singing up and down. The guy that was singing lost his breath and everything. They were just shouting here and there. There was nothing. But I really don't know what's wrong with Bella. She's so bitter. I don't know if that's how she thinks, or maybe she will get the people's attention or anything, but she's so bitter. I don't know why. She's so
All right.
bitter.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Na. Thank you very much, Na. Let's just quickly move on to Belema. There was something I was going to say, but I will say this for the speakers to say. I've already said my own piece, all right. But really, thank you so much. And I love the fact that you pointed out that part, that angle where the level one housemates are coming from, thinking that they are the only ones that have the capacity for greatness, not acknowledging the fact that the level two housemates as well are creative in their own right. It's really painful to watch and listen to every time they come with that their banters. Okay, let's move on to Belema. Hi, are you there?
Good day, Glory. How are you?
I'm fine. You're
Yeah.
welcome to the conversation. You're muted again. Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Good day. How do you do?
I'm fine. You're welcome. So I want to quickly ask you about the rivalry between the two levels, level one and level two. What are your thoughts?
I really get so pissed. Like, I really don't know. You do know when it feels that, like, when level one starts all their banters and ridiculous comments, I really feel like praying, like God should actually just seriously punish them for like 3 weeks straight. No winnings, nothing to bring down that, I don't, will I call it ego? They make it seem as if they're the only ones that have traveled abroad, done this, done that. Shags, Bella, everybody's so bitter. One of my coworkers always says that, see the way Shags is always here making noise, footballer and all those things. He's doing here, his mates are going to transfer and getting money and playing ball. He's here fighting for a girl and they're so bitter. It always makes me laugh because they're just so, they think that they have everything on their shoulders, everything. Well, when level two, when they do it, I laugh. There's a way you insult somebody that makes it so lively, funny, makes it, you don't, as if you don't really have a real life beef with them. But with level
Yeah,
one, it's as if they really give them knives and axes here and say, "Oh yeah, kill each other," they won't hesitate.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Also, question is still on the level one housemate. What do you think about them always naming some of their tasks after Bella and Check?
They've made, like, in level one now, most people only talk about Bella and Shakes. They've given them the hype and the brand they need already by themselves. I think maybe just the way Shex talks, the way he behaves with the obviously I know, like I do this, all those men, all those stuff. So I think there's just this inferiority complex where when you stayed in Nigeria for some time, either you meet someone that has traveled the world or seen things you haven't seen, you have this
Hello? Belema, we've lost you. We can't hear you anymore. Are you still
faces,
there?
and they've really made those people like the king and queens of their level, always making them worship them at their feet, and wherever they go, they put things after them, which is not good. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, your line is actually breaking. Like, we hear you 1 second and then we
I'm
can't
here.
hear you. Okay. Okay, please round up,
So
yeah.
I don't think it's really good for them the way they've put them too high. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I wish you could still stick around. I could ask you again later. We did not really get a full set of your explanation, all right? So we're going to quickly move on to Tina.
Okay.
Hi, Tina.
Hello, hi.
Well, I feel like singing for you.
Gloria, what's
Hi,
up?
I'm
I'm good.
fine. Tina, the question I have
Yeah.
for you specifically, yeah, is about the level 1 and the level 2 housemate.
Here we go again.
Okay, so what do you think about? Do you think? Okay, let me ask you. There's this saying that when people are constantly castigating other people, it's out of
Mm-hmm.
their insecurity. Do you think they
Mm-hmm.
are actually feeling threatened by the level 2 housemates, and that's why they are constantly dragging them and just basically being toxic towards them? What do you think?
I think my own is it's sorry, let me just hold on 1 second. Sorry. Where I am is a bit noisy. Okay, yeah. I Gloria, I am tired. I'm freaking tired of this level 1 housemates. They talk, sorry, my bad language, guys. I'm sorry. Talking shit about these people. I don't get it. I don't know. Like Doyin said, I can fight with you, and when it comes to the task and everything, I am, I know it's the game, but I don't understand. We're in Big Brother's house. As far as I'm concerned, we are all equal. Forget and as a matter of fact, Big Brother was under custody. This, sorry, my bad language again, rubbish, if I may say, because I don't understand the level 1, level 2. Put them, he would have just kept them in that one level and just leave them and called it in level up. What is all this rubbish that he caused? And now they're making themselves look as if they're everything, they're it. They've arrived because you live because you're upstairs in Big Brother's house, a bit downstairs in Big Brother's. I don't get it. It's their relationship is too, their acting out is too toxic for me. And the funniest part is that they don't have any content to even give us. Funny enough, if they don't talk about level 2 housemates, they talk about, oh, who are you coupling with? Bella is coupling with that idiot. Sorry, my bad language again. I'm upset. Talking about coupling with that Shegun that does not. That guy is so. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? That guy is so full of himself. And Dekunle, oh my God, Dekunle is a disappointment. I'm sorry, guys. When Dekunle came into that house, I loved Dekunle. I was like, oh, this is the guy that, I like him because he looks very matured. I actually thought he's, Ologbon, he has sense. But that guy, Baba, he doesn't have sense. Because, he's quiet, but he has this, I can't associate myself with those losers. Excuse me, Baba, you're a fucking loser. I'm sorry, my bad language again. You're a loser. Because one, thank God for Big Brother, you will be outside with no job, nothing. You're in Big Brother's house and you're calling people losers. It doesn't even make sense. I feel Ebuka should shake table tomorrow. All those nonsense they talk, Ebuka should, call them, give them hints that people don't like this thing really. And they feel because they are, their HOH is coming from their own house and they are moving people out of that house. It makes some of these housemates in level 2, my own opinion, makes them stronger. Fina is not going anywhere. 100. She's going to be top 5. I know that. Once Shegun is up, once Bella is up, once Chomzi is up, once Diana, oh, down on his own figurehead. They're all living. The strongest people in that house right now that I feel that, okay, Okay, when it comes to HOH challenge and the rest, is Hermes. Hermes is literally stronger than all of them from the look of it. And that is why they are so laid back, because Big Brother has made this one. Oh, okay, if somebody comes as a winner from level 1 or level 2, everybody's safe. What the hell is that? I beg, Baba, stop that crap and let us vote and vote people out. Vote people that we don't want to see. Let them go. Do you get? Their relationship is too toxic for my liking. I think Big Brother has to call them to order, because I am not even liking it. Funny enough is that I don't really watch since all these things started. I used to like, because I liked, like I will always say, I liked the level 1 house because it's white, it's beautiful. The other house looks like, really, that house really looks poor to me. It looks like, it looks like, when you just painted the place and somebody now comes to pour water on it and gives you this ombre ugly color. It's like the house is washing away, really. That is how that house looks to me. Oh. So I don't blame Bella. Bella is a very lousy girl. She talks anyhow. But Big Brother is literally Big Brother like also this rubbish, because it was one that gave them the guts. And I actually thought when they moved to that level 2, because you need to see me on Monday. That's why the fact that level 2 lost the HOH, which I wanted them to win. That's why the fact that they lost. I was happy when Big Brother said, "Oh, level 1, you need to move to." Oh God, you need to see me. I almost flew into the TV. I was so happy when Big Brother told them to, and I could see the way they were feeling. They felt so downcasted, low, degraded, like, as if people that downgraded their level from level 1 to level 2, and that was how it is. So I was thinking that they would, now like, oh, people that don't put us on this level, we respect ourselves. But it seems as though the anger, the bitter leaf that is inside them is now, it's coming out. The morning is so disgusting to watch. Really, I don't really watch level 1 housemate. I don't watch them. Maybe I just go there. Let me see what is happening there. Maybe when I see a comment, I'm like, let me go and watch. I don't really watch them anymore. And I think a lot of people too, I think a lot of people too, they do that too, because they're not giving us content. They're not doing anything. Shegun is always with Bella, like glue, super glue. And again, I take exception to what Shegun said. When he came to the house, they were talking about Ozo and Nengi. And he said, I would have handled Nengi's situations differently. You are even worse than Ozo. I'm so disappointed. You go sleep on top the girl. You go lie on top the girl. I don't understand. You go lie on top the girl. The girl will tell you, say, Baba, I don't want. You still be there. You want to kill yourself. And you're saying, please, never in your life, Shegun. If anybody's your Shegun's fans, please, never in your life compare yourself with Ozo. Never ever, please, because people are very, very different. Yours is even the worst. Because to Shegun now, he has won the 100 million. Bella. And of this girl, Baba, I know bad on you. She's not bad on you. She's not pretending. She has told you with her head, body, leg, everything. Yes.
You know a statement that Shagun made yesterday that really crawled under my skin was when they were obviously attacking Dotun, calling him a betrayer, the way Bella was supporting Shagun, knowing fully well that Shagun was just capping nonsense. And then Shagun now said, "Oh, guys, Bella and Babe, as a couple, we decided that outside the house, we are going to be mingling with Dotun and Ziggy Fire." And I'm like, hey, Jesus Christ. Like, no, the way he said that, I was really offended. Because it felt like, we are the royalty in this house. Every other person in this level, they are nothing. So we are just trying to give them consideration by allowing only 2 people to mingle in our circle. Like, how condescending can you go, Shagun? It was really annoying, really.
Shegun is is a very stupid human being. I'm sorry, my bad language, Glory. I just have to. He's so full of shit. And again, it's because the housemates, all of them put in one. They've made him look feel very important. Because you see this fashion show they did. It was Shegun that brought this stupid idea, like, oh, we know they're going to do the runway, but what makes us the winner? I'm like, you guys are so dumb. Number one, you guys don't have content. You guys don't have any ideas. You guys talk down on each other. You guys don't give yourself room to even everybody. My God, I knew they were going to lose from when Shegun said, "Oh, somebody should come and sing." And oh my God! Then they started, when they started the fashion show, my face was like this. Oh my God! Oh my! I was ashamed because I could not believe it. Like, what? I had to go. It was so bad. I had to go to Google and check. Go to YouTube and see what a fashion show is. Excuse me, because I was thinking I don't know what the fashion show is. Almost. Somebody is there. Provided music for you. Music that goes with, goes with everything. If you're sad, when you listen to some music, you are calm. And they started to listen to, what's that one's name? Giddy Fire and Diana, what's her name? That girl, she was just when she started putting her own, is it treble, a bit tenor, a bit what was she put in her? There, they were like, I knew that they've lost. I knew. I said, Big Brother, what did you want to do now? I want to see it. You know, I was waiting.
You and I should be here the whole day. We'll be talking about this thing and we'll not stop.
Of course.
I want to just quickly move on to someone else, please. All right?
Okay. Okay. Then.
Well, thank you so much.
Bye. And again, Glory, hold on. Glory, hold on. Sorry. Okay. One more thing, yeah. I want to reiterate this thing, yeah. And people coming to Gloria's page to talk bullshit and say rubbish. See, Gloria gives, I don't know, I've never met Gloria before. This is where I've met her. I think I've spoken to you just twice, or this is the third time I'm speaking to you on your live. I always respond to your message, to you when you analyze things, and I respond to them and I like them. People should stop coming and saying bullshit, saying lies, saying things that are not true. It's very, very annoying. And I feel, Glory, what you do is maybe you talk to YouTube or something to block those people out. Those people, they're just cowards. They condone a lot of bullshit. Sorry, my bad language, but I have to say it. Gloria is 100% real, and she says the fact. I watch Big Brother. I might not watch it the way you do, but I watch Big Brother, and I see, I think maybe you people are watching it from another planet, maybe from Mars or Saturn. I don't know, but what is not good is not good. Let's call a spade a spade. Guys, stop coming to Glory's channel to say bullshit. It is bullshit, and I'm over it, and that is on period. I'm serious right now, guys. Anybody that comes to your page to say bullshit, cut that person off. You don't have to have 1 million followers and have toxic followers. That is what I don't want. Period. Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you so much. I mean, that's on period.
Yeah, that's on period.
Thank you so much, Tina. Oh my God. Bye. Oh my God, guys. Really, really, that's on period, honestly. Okay, let's quickly move on to Mary. Hi, Mary. Hello. Mary, you have to unmute yourself. I'm trying to unmute you, but you are declining. Okay, I'm going to quickly move on to Latricia. Hi, Latricia.
Hi, Glory.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. Latricia, we missed you last week. Oh my God. Hope you are doing great.
I'm super fine. I'm fine. I also missed the show as well. Do you have questions for us? Let me not start by taking the platform. You know, I'm burning.
Yes, you're burning. You're burning. Let me ask you one question that's going to make you burn more. What do you think is happening between Daniela and Khalid? Boom. Let's start.
Daniela and Khalid. I think what is happening between the two of them is what you said when you started analyzing, that it's only reality. It's only human nature to do what they are doing. I want to agree with you on that one. And what makes this poor girl to cry the following day? It's because as human beings, we live up to people's expectations. And I think the following day, that's where reality checks in on her to remember that, oh, by the way, I'm on national TV. Maybe the camera was on us when we were doing this. I think that's where she starts thinking about it. It's not that when they are busy touching under the duvet, she doesn't think of that. It's only that she is caught up in a moment at that time, young as she is, as you said. And okay, we can talk of self-control, but I think that's a bit harsh statement for a person of her age. I'm talking about the female specifically, even the male as well, because they are both very young. So I think that the issue of self-control, I think I don't agree with you on that one, because if she did not have the fruit of self-control, I think she would have moved from one guy to another. I'm not saying because other guys are not saying anything to her, but I think she would have made moves to other guys as well. So that shows that there is self-control, because she's consistent. Yes, she's doing this thing with one guy. It's only that there is a danger on it, because this guy is Muslim and all that. The picture that they are painting now, it's going to work against her when they are outside the house, in case she wants to pursue their relationship further. I'm talking about her, because maybe the family of this guy or the religion of this guy will not allow it. But then this guy must also not come with the Muslim rules and all that, which we know and we respect.
because himself, what he is doing, I don't think Muslims allow sex before marriage. So what he is doing as well is also not according to, if they do, they don't allow that as well, because that Christianity, we know that that is not allowed. So he must not come up with those things of saying, pulling those plaques of saying, I'm a Muslim, you're drinking what and all that. No, he must not come with that. Also himself, he was supposed to protect the lady, because what I can promise you, I think he initiates, maybe for the first time when they did it. I assume, I'm not saying that is the case, because it's not easy for a 22-year-old to initiate. I don't know, when I was 22, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have initiated. Somebody would have to initiate first. So I think what Daniela is going through is only human, and more especially because they are now stuck in that house, and without any other options except for what they do every day. It's one thing, or every day, same people and all that. Plus the fact that she's still young, she's relatively young. It's only unfortunate she's on our living rooms while doing that. That is the unfortunate part. But what she is doing, I think it's what is expected, or what is normal of a 22-year-old girl can do. So I can't really blame her. And I also want to disagree that she doesn't have self-control. I think she has, because she would have been poking all other men, more especially when she's drunk. You know, when you're drunk, some things you can't control. So that shows that she is sticking to one person.
Okay. And Beauty's disqualification. Did you see that coming? Do you think that Big Brother was overly harsh? Do you think that disqualification was not justified?
I think for Beauty to be disqualified, I wish people could see it in the way that I see it. I loved Beauty from when she came. I think I even said it on this platform. What Big Brother did, it was right, and she deserves to be disqualified. But also, people must also see that Big Brother was also protecting Beauty against herself. She was actually protecting her, because she was going to dent her image even more also. It's both ways. It's 50-50. Yes, for the Big Brother rules, she was supposed to go, honestly speaking. And her behavior was escalating. You know, this thing of, you find people who have a crazy temper. Not that they are bad people. It's human. They have a crazy temper. And when those people drink, they cannot control it, that crazy temper. But as you grow older, you get to know it. You know, there are things that you couldn't control, that you found out about yourself back in the years, but now you know that I don't go that route, because I know that is my weakness. You understand? So I think Beauty, every time when she is drunk, a little bit intoxicated, the crazy temper gets triggered. And first time she did the list by just taking off somebody's head and wig. Then this time he threw something on the guy. Now it was a guy. It shows that element is busy growing. And another thing, she was too confident, Beauty, which is a good thing. And I think she must continue doing that, but correct other things about her. You know, it's not all the things that she must correct that she did in the house. She was super highly confident, which is a good thing. I mean, it's well deserved. The achievements that she had before the house, it's worth it. But she has to correct something else. But also the viewers or the supporters we supporters, including me, I understood it in this way, that Big Brother was also protecting her against herself, because she was going to end up not even enjoying her stay in the house, because they were going to know that when it's weekend, when she is drinking, when she is what, it was going to create another thing for her as well, even if maybe Big Brother said, because in the history of Big Brother, it never happened, let me not disqualify you and give you another strike. We would have been having another drama coming tonight as well. You understand? So that is my view. She deserved to go.
Yeah. I agree with you on the aspect of confidence, especially what you said so far, really on point. Talking about confidence, yeah, if you've checked down the history, season to season of Big Brother, of the Big Brother Naija show, you find out that Beauty has a similarity in personality with certain housemates, the ones that have been disqualified and some of them that have not been disqualified. And they all have a similar pattern. They do whatever they want to do. They go through explosive outbursts. They get really upset. They transfer aggression. They spread it like wildfire. And then at the end of it all, they come with that one narrative of, this is who I am. I am being myself. I am being real. This is how I handle my anger. When I am angry, nobody can hold me. And another person that stands the chance, if she allows it, of getting disqualified is Fina. Fina is threading on a very thin line. You see, and this is what I don't really like when people are in a social experiment like Big Brother in a confined space. Instead of you to drop your baggage home, you bring your baggage and then you're coming with the narrative of, I mean, you're literally selling your weak point to people. That, oh, this is who I am. Imagine if, for instance, now, Fina's fellow housemates, like Brian, they are very, very evil-minded people. They'll say, so your weakness is you getting provoked, unprovoked. And when you are now provoked, unprovoked, you can do the undo. You can slap, you can punch, you can blow. Fine, I'm going to provoke you. So imagine people like that taking their weakness to their own advantage and outrightly provoking them. And then knowing fully well that, okay, I'm going to draw a nasty reaction from this person, and then they come all out and then they do what they want to do, would they be able to now, come out and still say that, oh, this is who I am? Then that was exactly what Beauty did. Yeah, coming from that angle of, this is who I am. When I am angry, this is what I do. Heck, excuse me, when you are angry, swallow it. Verbally express yourself without getting physical about it. And that's why in Biggie's house, you see that there's a lot of altercation. There's a lot of argument. And the video I did, I said that it is healthy for these housemates to verbally express themselves via altercations, because that way they are forgetting their emotions, all the toxicity, all the anger, they are venting. It is good to vent. If you do not, it's like you have an AC in your house. When you're inside, when the inside of your house is cool, go outside and check the fan outside. What do they call it? The outside box, it's blowing hot. What does that tell you? It means that the AC, the function of it all is that it is taking out the hotness of the inside of the house, it's taking it outside and it's bringing in coolness, right? So when they verbally vent, for me, I feel like it's 100% healthy. It is a necessity for their mental health. But then taking it all the way to getting physical, then that's a problem. That's a problem. Okay, Patricia, thank you so much. Please stick around. There are more questions I would love to ask you to address. All right, just for the sake of other people that are waiting, let me quickly move on to Gladys. All right.
I'll go out and I'll come back.
All right. Yes. Fine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Patricia. All right. Hi, Gladys.
Hello.
You're welcome to the conversation.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. We can hear you.
Yes.
How are you? How are you today?
Good evening. Good evening, Glory.
Evening.
How
we
are
can
you?
Hear you. I'm fine, thank you. Gladys, the question I want to ask you is about Bella and Shek's situationship. What are your thoughts? Do you think Shek is 100% real? Do you think Bella is only playing along? Do you think they're actually playing a script? What do you think?
When I started watching the show, I was so open-minded. I didn't want to get a fave at the beginning. But this, for me, I don't want to even talk about Shegs and Bella because they are no longer important to me. For me, I see them as they are no longer important. Like yesterday's show, let me divert a bit. For me, yesterday, Shegs looked like a palace maid in those Nigerian movies. Gloria, are you getting me?
I totally get the picture.
You know those Nigerian movies. Those palace guards.
I get
you understand. If you look at him very well, then Chomzi was like these people who do circus. If you know those people.
Okay.
Let me just talk. Gloria has then Bella was like these maidings, you know, those village maidings, those Nigerian, those your movies, those Nigerian movies. So I don't want to talk about it. I swear this. They've made us gravitate towards House 2. That's real. They've made us begin to love. I'm telling you the truth. Me, this week, I've gravitated towards House 2, and I'm gonna pick my housemate from level, even when they merge them. I'm telling you, I used not to like Fina, but now I like her. I'm telling you the truth. It's because what they are doing to them. I've not said that level two is also guilty. Level two is also guilty, but it depends on how the levels. Okay, level one is doing it too much, too much. Even Hermes, people say that Fina called Hermes. Is it a witch? Somebody, something. But I want to tell you, Fina came in. You remember the first time they have that task, she just wanted to revenge what Hermes did. She wanted to reach Hermes's neck. And like, okay, this is what, let me also get prepared. I'm going to tell you something that is so hurtful that will also get to you. I want us, when we are watching this thing, let us be balanced. Me, like the other lady Tina said, I no longer don't want to watch level one, honestly. I don't want. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be annoyed. Everything's going to be annoying. I'm telling you.
Okay.
With what else? You were asking me a question now. Asking me, at least I've given my.
It was about Bella and Sheg. You say you don't want to talk about them.
No, ask me another one. I don't want to talk about them. They are not important.
Okay, let's talk
I
about
don't want to waste my time.
Yeah, let's talk about the triangle between Fina, Amaka, and Groovy. What do you think is happening there? Are you liking what you're seeing so far? Because today, Fina and Groovy, they were hugging and having a cozy moment in the kitchen, whilst Amaka was running with anger. They even had a slight altercation. So what do you think about what's going on there?
Okay, let me come from this angle. You know, when you have something, sometimes you don't know what you have. I'm referring to beauty. Okay? Until you lose it. Then you go back and look and say, okay, I really had an asset. I really had. I know now beauty is watching this thing. And for me, I'm a number one ship of Fina and Groovy. I swear, I want them to ship. Leave alone Amaka. Amaka will be fine last. She will be okay. She will be okay. She will be fine. She will understand. If she does not understand, she will go. Okay? I really want to see that ship sail. And I want to see the chemistry, like you said before. I want to see what is going to come out because Fina is a free-spirited person. I want to see, is she going to be nagging? Is she going to be a free person like she says that she's for vibes? Or she's lying to us? I want now to see the real her out of that relationship. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gladys. Thank you so much. I'm also sharing your own anticipation as well. Thank you. Let's quickly move on to Jackie. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Glory. How are you?
I'm fine. You're welcome to the conversation. How are
I
you?
think I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to continue with the triangle that exists between Fina, Groovy, and Amaka. Now, a lot of
Yes.
people are looking at what's happening, and people are having the mindset that if Kies is not taken because of how quiet and kind of sneaky and subdued that Groovy is, it just might affect Fina's realness. Realness in the sense that she's very loud, she's very vocal, she's very, very assertive. Do you agree with that?
Um, yes and no. But just to go back before I answer that yes and no, I was just wondering now that beauty is gone, we need some more drama in this house. And I feel like now this triangle coming in is giving us some action or something to talk about and see we are talking about it. So I'm happy that it's happening because it is, it is giving us some, some entertainment to talk about. Now, Fina is a strong personality, and I've been watching your videos this week. And there's that particular one that you talked about, her strategy. She might not really want to fall into, that sheep and all that, but she's trying out a strategy to play her game. And personally, I wouldn't want her to be a real shipper with the groovy, just to play her game. I want her to play her game. This one person, I hope she can reach the top, top 5 because of the show that she has given us with her friend, with Amaka and the rest in the house so far compared to other housemates. So for
Yeah.
me, if it is a strategy, fine, let it sail. Let us see the drama and talk about it. But I'll be more worried if they now get, glued to each other like the other sheep in the level 1, where you're just seeing, if you see Bella, you're seeing Shakes. There's nothing else. I feel like if they're allowed to interact with more other people, we will now be entertained more. We'll have something to talk about. So I'm hoping it's just a strategy. But if it is a friendship, a ship, whatever it is, it should not be so deep, because then just like beauty, Fina can also be extreme if she's provoked, and I don't want to see her going at this moment. So that will be my take on that one.
Yeah, I actually agree with you, because this morning both of them were having conversations in the kitchen, and Groovy, obviously, I think Fina had just had an argument with Amaka over cleaning and all whatnot. We know that Amaka is still very upset, but she's
Yes.
disguising her anger over the entire situation with all her self-affirmation talks. So Groovy was asking her a question, that's Fina, that what do I do when people upset you? Now we know that one of the things that make people kind of like Fina's personality is how she expresses herself when she's upset. When she goes into that her Niger Delta slangs, or if you do anyhow, you see anyhow, that kind of thing. Because people do not see her as being serious, because sometimes she jokes when she says those things, people like that side of Fina. But now, Ruby was having that conversation with Fina this morning, saying, oh, what do I do when people upset you? Tell me what you want me to do. I foresee someone that has been traumatized from his toxic relationship with Beauty. And now he probably likes this girl as maybe a friend or whatever he has in mind. And he's trying to avoid and contain Fina's energy. And I have a strong feeling that energies that wants to be contained will definitely explode and blow up the container. And when such
Definitely.
a thing happens, the container will erupt. It will scatter.
Yeah.
It will
It
get
will
into
be chaos.
destruction. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you think that Groovy is coming with good intentions to that ship? Or do you think he's riding on what he has with Tina to get to the top?
Maybe good intentions for himself, because look, after Beauty left, now he's there alone. Before Beauty left, he had somebody to talk to and all that. So good intention for himself, probably for the sake of company, like having somebody to talk to go to when bored, or that way. But the intentions may not be good for maybe the others, the people around him, because look at the moment. I don't like the fact that Amaka and Fina are, are having issues. Though it is drama again, it's good to watch that. But you see, Groovy coming in is now causing these two very good friends to start having issues. So for him, he's looking for something and probably playing his game. But now, see, it is affecting now the other people and bringing in more drama and conflict among other housemates. So good intentions for himself, but for the rest, I don't know. But I'm not sure whether it will work. I'm not even sure whether it's a good combination, the two of them. I'm not sure whether they match in terms of character, personalities, and all that. But let's see how it goes. They are trying it out. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Jackie. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's just quickly move on to Dupe.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Dupe. Dupe literally called me on Sunday after Beauty's disqualification. She was screaming, I said it! I knew it! Dupe! You're welcome to the conversation. Yeah. You have to unmute. We're trying to unmute you here.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Glow, and happy weekend to you all. So,
You're welcome.
I am enjoying the family meeting. Honestly, this we wanted a twist to Big BN show, and honestly, we have seen more than enough this year. In addition to what we have seen that are really soothing and we're excited about, on the flip of it is the toxicity and enmity. that will, for the first time, be brewed from Biggie's house. This has never been the trend. I honestly don't know how to place this point. What do I mean? Even if housemates will have develop hatred and enmity for themselves in the past, it will be maybe after after eviction, and maybe they have watched the clips. This one said this about me. Oh, this was what he was doing behind my back, and all of that. And then they develop hatred for themselves. Maybe extend to reunion and maybe continue forever if they can't find the closure. But this one, week 3, for God's sake, we are seeing a chunk of housemates in level 1 who just feel they have sense of right. They are the real housemates. They are the ones that are for this show, and the others are just one entities from the junk, or from, I don't know what to call it, from the slum. Honestly, what I want to see at this point is, I think Big Brother should shuffle these people again. If they want to kill themselves when they shuffle them, and some people find themselves in the arms of the other one, if it's not okay for you, you can request for voluntary exit. The toxicity is becoming serious, especially when the other hand. See, this toxicity wouldn't have been this much if we've been winning on both sides. But sad enough, the so-called strong arms in this case cannot match with the other one. And so the nomination, the eviction is tilting to one side, which is further dampening the moral impute contribution of this other group. So at this point, I feel periodically, maybe every 4 weeks, Biggie should shuffle them. Every 3 weeks, they should shuffle them. So you can't belong to any party then. If you want to fight, that time we will see. If you want to break your head, then let's see. You know that there's nothing permanent in Biggie's house. Enough of that. So my preference would be, let's reshuffle them at this point. Now, number 2, I said last week that I have problem with the nomination process. And really, you can see the trend is going. I'm seeing, if Biggie will not do anything, I'm seeing that level 2 will be shut down very soon. And the sad part of it will be those strong hands that we all think may qualify for maybe top 5 will be swept away, all because they're unfortunate to be where they cannot win the head of house or review the head of house privileges. It doesn't have to cover everybody. You can review it. Yeah, it doesn't. I feel that one is not okay. It doesn't have to cover everybody. I mean, if Emins is very okay, or Adekule is good, or Elosa is fine, does it have to cover somebody like Bella? Bella should have gone in week 1. I said that girl that the day she entered the show, I never liked Ademeno. And she's really giving it to us just as I predicted. She just remove shares. She's not adding any value to this show. She's not doing anything. She's one of the set that should have gone. I mean, Bella is still there. Christio is gone. Saif is gone. That's not making this show. I have problems with that, honestly. Again, Daniela and Khalid, you said, I've analyzed this girl on both sides. And my initial reaction was annoyance. Why would this girl be putting herself this much? Especially when it's now becoming a routine. You're not becoming somebody's service bedmate or whatever every night. If it is one-off, we'll say, okay. Especially when it's becoming an everyday occurrence. People now look forward to it. In fact, the day it doesn't happen, every one of us will say, what happened? What is going on today? Is that normal to us now? And that's ridiculous for a young girl. Now, I also have to look at things from her side because I have to balance things. I have my psychologist. Now, we say she cries every morning. Remember that Candy, the flower that I've been saying this, in this show, does she still have pain? Does this guy allow this girl to heal at all? And she continually bruise her in this deflowering. That will make any girl go crazy.
Sorry, Vipe. I said I was going to address that. About that deflowering, right? So they were having a conversation about her menstrual flow.
Okay.
Yeah. They were having a conversation about her menstrual flow. And the thing with Khalid and Daniela is that they speak in sarcasm.
Yeah,
both of them,
you can't hear what they're saying.
yeah, they speak in sarcasm. They have this coded way of speaking, and that was why I was complaining on most of my videos that Big Brother needs to call them to order. because when they speak, there's a breathing communication between both of them, especially, and us, the viewers. You can barely hear what they say. You rarely understand what they're saying, but you have to put two and two together to get it. Yeah, so they were actually talking about her menstrual flu, and people literally thought that she was talking about being deflowered, right? And you won't really blame the audience for not getting that message because of how they communicate. So it's a huge
Exactly.
problem.
Honestly,
Yeah.
we can't establish the fact, but if that happened, to be honest, that might be one of our scores. Again, that girl, look at her total package. She said she doesn't look like an exposed girl. She's a very, she has good education background. She has good accent. She speaks. She's very cerebral. She's very intelligent. I was just picturing a girl who is not exposed at all. This girl that mommy, daddy, you are under case, you cannot, and now she's been up in the open. She might not know how to manage this kind of relationship. See, Kanye is 28, she's 22, by what I saw on the internet. She's afraid of this guy. She looks timid. Kelly looks intimidating, especially when it comes to this. Remember, during the day, you can't connect them at all. You can't even connect them as lover. I struggle with that also. Somebody who will be dealing with you like that in the night, in the day, you should be seeing all the PDAs, all the moshi. You can barely, but for God's sake, nothing connects them during the day. So I feel maybe she's even, honestly, it doesn't look like a normal thing. So I feel that maybe she doesn't want to lose this guy. She may think something may come up. Sadly, I don't know. I don't know whether this girl will not have a shock of her life eventually. Now, for beauty disqualification, see, I think it was okay for her to have gone. We were looking at Messi and Thatcher. The difference, why they didn't disqualify Messi, one of the reasons why I feel is the Messi is not, it doesn't appear like dangerous. She doesn't look like a potential harm. With what the content of anger or the extent of anger that Beauty displayed in 2 weeks, within 1 week. When you look at psychology, honestly, that girl can either harm herself or harm a target in the house. It will put Big Brother in trouble. That was an intense anger. Nobody does that. Even if you have it before, if that thing is not overshadowing your thinking, you may have a little bit of suppression, especially in an open space, on an international TV, when you know this is not your space, this is not where you have control. If you are in your own control or your confines, you can do anything. So that makes me almost 100% sure that is that girl's pattern, and they really need to help her. This case is not, they shouldn't just leave her, they shouldn't abandon her. She needs to go for re-therapy, counseling. She needs to get out of this in the world. She needs to get out of this. Forget about money. She's not a poor girl. She's been exposed to fortunes and wealth. Apart from her image, she will do well. Apart from her image that is on the line, like what I mean, she will do well. But what matters to me is, sincerely, they need to help her. So, Biggie is okay, justifiably okay to take her out, because she will just get annoyed one day and harm any of them in the line of fire in that house. So I feel it's okay. Messi, apart from Oppo's phone, it's not about Oppo's phone. It's just that Messi over the time was a sweet girl. We really don't harm that kind of intense aggression like that. That is a potential danger to every other person. Now, for Fina, Groovy, Amaka, honestly, I am enjoying what I'm saying. Fina, I just told Amaka that she's just not a street girl. She's very weak. She's not confident of herself. And sadly, she's a nurse. She should have allowed her profession to build her confidence, because I know nurses are not timid. She's like Watoni. She cannot make up her mind. How many people do you want to say, I like? They will take it from you. And remember, Fina told her that if you slack on this guy, I'm going to, my high day. I don't know whether you start. When they were conversing, Fina told her, if you're not going to meet her, my high day, so the guy get my high. She really said it. So I really saw it coming that Fina would take. And what is friendship in this house? It is supposed to be a reality show, but almost everything is not real. How can you build a friendship that you want to have your loyalty in 1 week? Honestly, anything can happen. It can break, it can shatter. If you continue later, okay. If you cannot continue, we don't know ourselves before. So who is expecting loyalty between the two of them anyway? But if Goofy is not careful, Fina is bigger, is stronger, and is more fierce than him. Look at their conversation this afternoon. Fina was asking, do you want vibe or do you want a ship? Honestly, this guy does not know what to classify as vibe. It took her to explain that this is what he expects as vibe. As vibe, you can play with anybody, and then when we connect, like the friend with benefit, when we connect, we connect. When there's no connection, everybody go and mingle. When you're a ship, there's more seriousness. Fina was telling her and telling him, and this guy he couldn't answer. He was busy explaining what happened between him and Beauty and all of that. So I think I will want them to do whatever they want to do. Fina is not in anything serious. She's playing a game. She's just playing a game, and I think I love it. And that's what I expect Modena to do for Bella. See, Modena is not to take over checks. It's to cause tension between the two of them. If I'm the one that was assigned for Modena's function, I will purposely be looking out for checks so that I can get this girl crazy. That's what you are supposed to do. You don't have to establish a total relationship. In fact, there's no possibility that checks will even look at you. But deliberately you will go, where he's sitting, you go and hug, where you see you come in between them. You know all of that irritating thing. This Bella will not be able to take it, and there will be chaos. That's what I expected them to do. They just catching cruise. I don't know what is going anyway. So that's that about what I want to say, so that people can talk. So I'm still looking for somebody who will shake Bella. If she's not going, God knows I'm looking for somebody who will be deliberate to say, look, I don't need anything, but I will cause trouble between these two people. They may not be able to separate, but there will be war, like we saw last week. We saw a bit of the war last week, where the boy was using English on her and all of that, and she was scared to lose him also. So anyway, we'll still continue to talk. Let other people talk. So many things to say about these people.
Thank you so much, Dupe. Thank you so much for touching up on those areas. And please stick around, please, so that you can come back again.
Yes, please. Yes.
Let's quickly move on to Audrey. Hi, Audrey. Are you there?
Hey, Glory. How are you? You look good, as always.
Thank you. You're welcome to the conversation. How are you?
I'm doing great as well.
Okay, so I'm just going to give you the liberty to pick whichever area you would like to address. Which area really heightened your week in the level of her mansion? Which of the housemates? Which of the houses? Which one?
I'll always choose level 2 just because they are the high priest, however they call, what's her name? High priestess, high price. How do you call her name? Yes, I like that house. And although they give negative vibes sometimes, but they are not too extreme when they want to shade the other housemates, unlike level 1. I just don't like negativity. Yeah. But I hope this Sunday, Big Brother comes with new housemates that they can do something, because I don't know what's happening with all these fake housemates, whatever. They are not doing anything. So
would you prepare for Big Brother to bring new housemates and take away the old housemates who are not really performing? Or would you like to bring new housemates?
I would like Big Brother to put all of level 1 housemates up for eviction, because they are too comfortable. It's like they are living in some mansion for vacation. They're too relaxed. Like, they have not gone through the pain of nomination or losing housemates. They are just happy, relaxed. Sometimes they don't even stress. I don't think they've ever stressed even one time. So I don't know why Big Brother, this head of house game, I don't know, level 2 is really having it very difficult to win. So I think maybe Big Brother has heard our complaints. Maybe he'll try to switch it up on Monday and say only when the head of house only have immunity for him or herself, then the rest of the housemates are up for eviction, so we can see those that are really strong. I don't even know who is strong in level 1. They are just making noise. So if they can be up for eviction, we can see those. We can fish out the weak housemates, so that they should be scared too. They're just relaxed and talking negative. I I know why they talk negative about level 2 housemates. It's because they have not been up for eviction. They have not felt the pain, the tension. So they have that right, that bragging right to do that. So when people are like, why are they always, that's the reason. They have not faced, any hardship. They're just, although they complain that level 2 house is it's like I've reached from a poor house, I'm in a poor house, blah blah blah. But they are still relaxed, So I just hope Big Brother do something about head of house game. Or if level 2 wins, which I pray, I hope they win. But if not, I've just there's something my gut feeling is saying all of level 2 housemates to just go home. Like if this keep continuing, and a lot of them have potential for top 5. Like Saif, he left. If you told me week 1 that Saif will leave in the second week, I would have been like, no. But it's because they're bringing out they are voting the top housemates, and unfortunately, someone has to go home. So
Yeah, and really, Audrey, I really agree with you about Big Brother tweaking the head of house privileges. Yes, he needs to tweak it very much because when you look at the two houses, especially the level 1 house, I'm going to have to refer back to level 1 house. You find out that the people that are the biggest noise makers, the people that are constantly attacking verbally level 2 housemates, they are kind of like the weakest housemates. When I say
exactly,
weakest, I'm talking about when they have tasks.
clumsy.
Physically, mentally, they are like the weakest. They are obviously the weakest. We have Chichi, we have Bella. I'm sorry, those people, they don't really contribute much in their task. But when it comes to bragging rights, they are like the hype people of the team, right? So I, just like you, I'm also looking for a situation where they will be up for eviction, right? So that they can also feel the tension of being nominated. Because at the moment, they are threatening to nominate Brian. Chichi was threatening to nominate Brian yesterday because he raised that song after they lost the waiver last night. She was upset. It's quite funny to see, but at the same time, really, I wish that we tweak the nomination process a bit so that there will be a balance. And just as you said, it seems as though now, because the odd keeps falling in the favor of the level 1 housemate, it's like the strong contenders are going to be evicted very soon. And before we know it, the weak people, when I say weak now, people that are not really bringing much, in terms of entertainment and all, they're going to now get to the top 10. Before we know, we'll have top 5. Before we know it, the show has ended. Then you're wondering what happened. So I agree with you, Audrey, and I hope people that is listening, let's have a tweak. Let's have another tweak. About bringing new housemates, well, I don't really
I
know how I
don't
feel
think
about
that's
that.
gonna help too, because housemates, they're just making noise. New housemates are not doing anything. So, and also I don't know what level 1 were doing. Why were they singing? Like, what they gave you that fashion show, not singing competition and fashion show. Like, what is going on with these people? They wanna do the oversabi. It's like you're putting salt, Maggie pepper, add another. It's just Yesterday I was really embarrassed for them. I was like, when they say, Big Brother, we want to make a request, please kindly not play us music. I'm like, which one is this? Hey God. And what's her name? The new housemaid from level
Modella.
1. No,
Oh,
the
okay,
girl.
Rachel.
She can sing, but that's not your job. Like, I don't know. It was not given. And I really enjoy level 1, level 2 fashion show, how they did it. Then when they came, they said, what does Jay-Z means to me? That was my favorite part. Everyone gave their own. It was just, it was really top notch. I was like, if they didn't win, then Big Brother scammed them. But I'm glad they won, and they have something to be happy about this week. But I have a question for you. I know you're the one asking questions, but
Okay.
okay, who do you think is going home on Sunday?
I'm not saying anything. Some people come and drag me and say, Terry is wishing. They'll come and say,
Okay,
Terry is wishing for their faith to go. I'm just
okay,
saying,
okay. Another question: how many people do you think is gonna go home? Like, how many housemates?
well, if we were to follow the pattern of Big Brother, I'm thinking it's probably one housemate because last week 3 people went home. So the way it happens with evictions, this week maybe we'll have the week we have 3 people going home, then the next week is one person that will go home. So if Big Brother is going to go by that pattern, then we'll
Okay.
probably have just one person. But the house is actually really full, and I feel like they need to start sweeping out people. So I would prefer that two people go home tomorrow. But I don't know. This new season is very, very crazy with a lot of twists. So we just have to keep our fingers crossed and wait it out. But thank you so much, Audrey. Thank you so
Thank
much. We have
you.
to quickly
Thank
move
you so
on.
much, Glory. Keep doing your
Bye.
thing.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Baba. Baba, are you there?
Hello, I'm there. Good afternoon, Glory.
Hi, good afternoon. Thanks for joining the conversation.
Thank you so much. I think last week I came on, but because of technical hitches, I could not continue with my conversation. But I am very, very happy to be here today. I'm really, really
Okay.
happy.
Can you increase the volume of your audio so that we can hear you more?
Okay, I don't know. How is it now?
It's too low. Maybe you have to project. Maybe you have to speak louder.
Okay, then I'll be louder then.
Okay.
I'll
All
be
right. So the
louder.
question is, all right. Alright. The question is, oh God, we're having a bounce back of my voice. Okay, so the question is, what are your thoughts about the pyramid? I don't know if I should call it the triangle, but the pyramid that exists at the moment in the level one house. You know, there's Deji, there's Doyin, there's Allison, there's Chichi, there's Chomzi, there's Adekunle, there's Hermes, all in one ship. What do you think about that?
Tell you the truth, that pyramid is really, really complicated. But I like Doyin and Allison's friendship. The friendship that they are exhibiting, I think, is very, very wonderful. These are two women that are very, very open minded, very, very free will, and then they go about their life understanding each other. You know, these two women have expressed that they both like Digi. These two women, they have had conversation about the fact that, oh, will I like Deji? You also like Deji. They have even shared ideas amongst themselves as to how they can woo this gentleman. But you will see that it hasn't caused any friction between the two of them. They have still remained friends after the fact that they have disclosed to one another that they like this gentleman. I think that is very, very good. And game-wise, it is a very good game that they are playing. As for the rest of the house, the rest of the artists that are involved in that pyramid, they are non-starters. They are not really, really important to that triangle. The two people that are important, I think, are Dean and Allison. And I would like to see how going forward it is going to pan out. Now, I would like to, I don't know if Glory would want me to move on and speak about something else, or you have a question for me.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Since you already have something to speak about.
Okay, I want to come to Dotu. I don't know what Dotun is doing in that house. Dotun, when he came into the house, I saw him as a very, very strong contender. I thought this was someone with the physique that he has. He was coming to spoil everywhere and cause chaos amongst the women in the house. But I am beginning to see why the gentleman is not bringing enough to the table. The first instance I will mention to you will be on just the last Saturday night party when Ilebaye was telling this gentleman, Dotun, I want you to woo me. Show me that you like
Yeah.
me. Show me that you what and what and what. And Dotun could not say anything. Dotun did not know how to woo Elebaye, who is just 21 years old. Elebaye is just 21 years old. Dotun, you're about 26, 27. This girl is in front of you telling you, woo me, woo me, woo me. And Dotun could not woo Elebayi. I was sad about that incident. I was very, very sad. And it got me thinking. It was not good. As for Bella and
Yeah.
Jex, the two of them, they don't have anything to offer on the show than the shipment. It is like the two of them have now become satisfied with the fact that they have a ship. It's like, okay, because we have formed a ship in the house, there is nothing more to bring onto the show than this ship we have between the two of us. And so you will see that Bella is chilling, Shex is also chilling, except once a while he comes to cause controversy about the shipment that he and Bella are involved in. These people have become so relaxed, and they have become very, very, very complacent, which has made me to become very, very disappointed in Bella, if you ask me. Bella was on the stage talking about the fact that she was going to bring the ginger. She was bringing the ginger. But ever since Bella got into the house, apart from that shape, the shape that is even very boring, very fake, there is nothing else that she is bringing to the table. I am really, really, I am not happy about Bella's game so far. It is not fine. But let me use this opportunity to declare that, as for me, I am for Doing in this game that is going on in the Level Up Mansion. I want to see Doing go very, very, very far in this competition. I like her game plan. She is a very, very intelligent woman. She's a very smart woman. And the game that she's playing, it is something that she is very, very aware of. The fact that she goes around telling this one I like you, this one I want to do A, B, C, and D. She knows everything that she's doing. It is a plan that she is carrying on, and I am all for it. As for Doing, I want to see her go very, very far. If she doesn't win the competition, maybe top 2, top 3. But I really, really want to see her go very, very far in this competition.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Barbara, especially for mentioning Dotun. So something happened yesterday about the altercation that happened between. I'm going to have to mute you so that we don't keep bouncing back on each other, okay? All right, thank you. So about the altercation that they had yesterday between Shegs and Dotun, this thing they call bootlickers, ass lickers, inferiority complex. I've studied Dotun's character in that house for a bit, and I'm afraid that it seems as though this guy has a bit of inferiority complex that he's struggling with when it comes to Shegs. And there was a speaker that said something about this. I can't remember. I think it's now. I can't really remember. Yeah, but the speaker was talking about some Nigerians that when they come in contact with their fellow Nigerians that have lived abroad for a while, that come back with an accent, exposure, and then they talk big, they talk loud, just like Shed is doing now. Sometimes they shrink because they sometimes probably feel that they are not as good as those people, or they are not worthy to be found, interacting with such people. So what happens is they subdue themselves just so that they allow those other people to just shine. And according to the likes of Adekunle, oh, I want to learn from Shegs. I want to learn from him. The guy is very, very smart for his age. That kind of thing. Now, I thought it was only Adekunle that had that kind of mindset on the show. But then yesterday, when Shegs kept on attacking and attacking Dotun, even going as far as telling Dotun that, listen, it's not because you and I are bros that you cannot approach Bella. The thing is, whether we are bros or not, even if you approach Bella, it will never click. For me, I felt like that was a blow below the belt. For Adekule, it's like for Dotun, it's like telling Dotun that you are not up to who I am, you don't have what I have, and you will never be what I am for Bella to even consider being in a relationship with you. At that point in time, I expected Dotun to fire back. I expected Dotun to stand his ground, hype himself and say, things to Shags like, listen, the fact that you are who you are does not mean that I am not who I am as well. Stand your ground, fight for your own self, raise your voice. But the way Dotun recoiled like a snake, he just immediately went to the dining table and then he sat down there and he was quiet and he was looking at Shegs, and Shegs, as usual, was yapping, capping, doing all the talking. And Bella, quite annoyingly, was completely agreeing with what's her name now, was agreeing with Shegs. And guys, it was so annoying because before he went to go and sit at the dining, he had asked Bella, have I ever made any advances at you? And Bella obviously lied. Bella said, no, but Ilebaye said, at that point in time, I expected him to pick it up and say, oh, Ilebaye said. Okay, Ilebaye said, is that what I actually did? So I just felt like he allowed himself to be attacked. He allowed himself to be a punching bag unnecessarily. And then later on, you see him still going to go and talk to Shegs. It makes it look like he's going to go and beg for a friendship. Even though he said in the heat of the argument that, listen, I'm not even considering all those that were hanging out outside the house anymore. But when you see the way these people handle arguments with shares, it's honestly, it's really sad. It's really sad. Baba, are you still there?
I'm there. I'm still on. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I don't know. He
Yeah.
needs to do more. He really, really, really needs to do more. He is so full of potential. Looking at him, he's a speck. The women should be groveling at his feet like they are groveling at Groovy's feet. Look what is happening with Groovy. Groovy is not playing any single game in that house, if you ask me. But because of the way he portrays himself, all the women in the house are crazy about him. Someone has been disqualified because of him. And now a very, very strong 6 months has been broken because of Groovy. So Dotun too. Dotun is someone who is also high up there and can also cause this thing in the house. I expect more from him going forward. I do expect more from him going forward.
But speaking about Groovy,
Glory,
when
thank
you
you so
see
much for
Groovy is
giving me
not
this
playing,
opportunity. We love your work that you are doing.
thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Baba. Thank you so much. Okay, before I move on to Shirley, I just want to say this. You know, a lot of us think that Groovy is not really playing a game, but I see different. I actually think Groovy is actually playing a game. I mean, the guy is using the game of silence. I don't know if there's anything like that, but that's what I see. You know, he's just quietly conquering people around him. He doesn't have to say anything, right? But his actions alone is getting people around him into disasters, into problems. I mean, look at him single-handedly scattering that friendship that existed between Amaka and Fina. He did not even have to do anything. Of course, the conversation was going on right in his face. He did not say anything to side with any of the ladies. Instead, he allowed them to quarrel their quarrel. And then, looking at the two ladies, he probably concluded in his mind that, okay, I stand the chance of gaining more if I ship along with Fina than Amaka. He decided to go along with Fina, and that's what he's been doing. And now we cannot categorically say that this guy has like genuine romantic feelings for Fina, but if it comes to alliance, I think he possibly sees more chances of staying longer in the game or even getting to the finals if he tags along with Fina other than Amaka, because he has seen that both ladies, they are quite emotional, but then when it comes to that one person that does not allow their emotions to get the better of them, it's Fina, rather. It's Fina and not Amaka. So I don't know. Maybe the next person that comes on here, I'm going to ask that question about Groovy's strategy. Shirley, are you there?
Yeah, hi, I'm here.
You are welcome to the conversation.
Thank you so much.
You've been missed. You've been really missed. But I'm glad you're here today.
Yeah.
Okay. So about Groovy's strategy, let's start with that. What do you think? Do you think he has a strategy or not?
Oh my goodness. Okay, before I forget, I would answer this question, but it took all the self-control in me not to unmute and scream when Dupe was talking, because she was just so on point. When Dupe and I think Audrey, I didn't really get to hear what the previous speaker was saying when she was talking about, the need for a mix-up of the housemates and just one or two more things. But perhaps we'll get to that. This thing you're talking about with Groovy, I 100% am convinced that Groovy has a strategy. Groovy is low-key like the Lord Baelish, the Brighto of this season. And I don't think people seem to realize, Gloria, are you with me? You were freezing up a bit. Okay, yeah. I don't think people seem to realize, as in people kind of take that Groovy guy they take him for granted to an extent, but I am convinced that he has a strategy. I'm convinced he knows what he's doing. In fact, it's the ones who acquired more that should even be more that people should be more like should just dine with them with a long spoon, because you can't even see what they have coming. And then why is he asking the same question he supposedly asked Beauty? He allegedly asked Beauty that caused the whole flare up that she did. He's now asked, I don't know, did I get that right in the video, or it was in this video where you're talking about him asking Fina who should I not dance with? Like, why is he asking that? I don't know. Did that happen? Did that actually happen though?
They were talking about the definition of their relationship this afternoon. Yeah, so Tina was the one that was asking him what he wanted. Does he want vibes or more like a romantic relationship? Yeah, so that was the
Okay, but
conversation they were having.
was there any reference to who to dance with and who not to dance with, like for the Saturday party?
It was not part of the conversation. It was part of the conversation. Tina's definition of vibe is we are sleeping in the same bed, we're possibly getting romantic and all whatnot, but you can as well mingle with other people. And the guy was not really able to come up with a straight response to that.
Because he's Lord Baelish. Because he's straightforward. That guy is a brighto, and I don't know why people don't seem to like that guy is not straightforward. Fina and Amaka, I wish I could just whisper into their ears. Those two ladies, in my opinion, are like the single characters in this entire fiasco called Big Brother Naija Season 7 Level Up Edition, right? That are their own are like single hand, like their own singular content. They are their own singular, like they don't need anybody. Every other person, one way or another, their fan base or the interest that they have sparked in viewers is intertwined with other people, with other characters. But these two ladies, they don't need it. And I wish I could tell them that, look, Groovy is not worth it. Like, if it's cruise, but like, don't let it not be that you're throwing your game away because of one boy like that. I wish they could get that whole thing like down to a T. But I sincerely don't think that Groovy and Fina is a good idea for that lady. That lady is okay on her own. She can make it to the top, whatever, on her own. Like, to the highest extent, she does not need. In fact, I feel like him coming on would even spoil her game. Like, she's better off on her own. Not like she should, make herself an island. Like, as she's there, she should definitely form alliances, but not like that romantic alliance with Groovy. I don't think she needs it. I don't think.
And I totally agree with you, which boils down to the same question I was asking at the start of this live stream. That obviously she has been craving for that attention from a man. I mean, there was a time she said, "Is it that in this whole house nobody likes me? Everybody is always giving compliments to other girls, but me, none of you have ever given me a compliment." So now, looking at the way that Groovy is showering her with attention, it has gotten to her head. She's excited. Now, look at the way Fina was acting this morning. I'm sorry, but Fina was acting all girly, all giggly. She was cooking and her body was shaking like she was cooking for her husband. And she was cooking the food with love. It was so funny to see, yeah. And I was liking that new side of Fina. And I specifically said that I would love to see how both of them would navigate that relationship. But then my fear is, will it now require Tina to shrink her big personality just to accommodate Ruby? Yeah, you see. I really agree with you. Truly. Okay, let's move on to Daniela and Kali. I would love to hear your opinion about this.
I don't mean. Let me. I just have one more thing to talk about. I was making a reference to what Dupe and Audrey had said previously. I don't know. Like, I would really like. Okay, this is week 4 we're about to go into. It's just my own this thing. I'm just like throwing it out there. I would really like if it were possible that after this eviction, because if they take out one housemate, level 2 is going to be 10 people against 14. If they take out 2 housemates, level 2 is going to be 9 people against 14. So at this point, it's just getting, I mean, it's not even looking as if, it's actually an individual game, an individual race anymore. And so many people are hiding under other people's umbrellas. And so I feel be very fair, like just a little tweak, Okay, fine. After this particular this thing, if for instance, for adventure, level 2 wins this particular head of house game and they go ahead to do nomination, fine and good. But I wish that there's just a way for Biggie to swap some housemates. Like, I feel like it's necessary at this point, because some of them are beginning to think that Big Brother's house is their father's house, is their family house, and their home. And that's what's making them feel a certain level of entitlement. They need to mingle with each other. Like, some housemates from level 2 need to be in level 1 space, as they need to be with level 1 housemates, and vice versa. Like, for instance, Bella and Sheikh, let's know what those guys are up to. Let's see what they can do alone. So one go to the other house, and the other one will be in one house. The other, Fina and Amaka, like, they just need to mix it up. See, And then secondly, I also like what Audrey said about putting up all the housemates up for eviction. Like, it would be so fun if maybe Big Brother tweaks the head of house game that, oh, he gets to pick 5 housemates that will not be up for eviction this time around from any of the houses. Right? So whoever wins can pick 5 housemates that will not be up for eviction, and then every other person is up for eviction, whether level 2, level 1. Like, everybody should just come. Let's we the viewers now choose who we want to be on our screens. Like, let's see, but because some people are just sitting comfortably in that level 1 space. Like, some of them are entertaining, but some of them are just pieces of furniture. So we need to get rid of some of those ones so that we can really the show. That's just what I wanted to say. Thank you.
He has been sleeping throughout this week. Yeah, I asked you a question about Daniela and Khalid. Briefly, what are your thoughts about those two?
You mean me? Daniela and Khalid?
Yes, Daniela and Khalid.
Well, I think that some persons look at Daniela like, she has I can understand when people say, yes, she's still young and whatnot. Let me not call her a child. She's 22, so she's not a child per se. She's still young, and there's a lot for her to learn and mature and grow in. But whatever she does, she's responsible for it. And I don't think it's like some persons have said, I don't think it's lack of self-control that is causing this. I think it's just like she's not able to make a decision for herself. Self-control is like, I don't think she's an affirmative person. Like, I don't think her own personality. There's some persons that if they're out there, they tend to come off as, oh, they are this, they are that. But when they're in a relationship, they tend to be like the sub, like what they like support. They yeah. So no matter what she may have thought at a particular time, when it comes to relationship, I feel like she's part of those people that is like the sub in a relationship. So she prefers to have a dominant person over her. So that's what I feel from that relationship. But I don't think that is something that Khalid is taking advantage of her, if you ask me. Because it's still she's older than some people's mothers, so she can make decisions for herself, and she should take full responsibility for it. She should not use her youth as yes. I understand that there's some things that come with time. Some things about maturity that come with age, but I don't think I'm going to give her the excuse. Like, whatever she's doing, she's responsible for it, and whatever consequences come out, she'll have to face them head on. After all, I saw her going at it with Bbnaija, and we could see that she and talk, right? So so it's not like she's timid. I think it's just probably maybe in relationships she's that kind of person. I know what I've seen. I've had a person like that, like a friend like that, that outside of the relationship she's this strong, whatever, but within the relationship is like she's this timid, and she likes to, almost as if she wants to be subdued, so I feel like she's probably that kind of person, and she'll be all right. She'll be all right if Khalid, we get to see her without that aspect, because it has tainted her entire personality, and people can't see more than that. And I think that's the only disadvantage, because I feel like there's a lot more to her, but now it's her kind of tainted it such that people can't see what she really has to offer apart from that. And even when she does it, somebody will still reference Khalid again. Like, even when she did so great in the other, was it Quid, what's the name? Quid, whatever. Yeah, when she did so great, somebody will still, when we are commenting about it, we are like, oh, so she can do so without Khalid. Like, Khalid's name cannot not come in. So I feel like it's just unfortunate what has happened, but it's her decision, so she has to face it. But I think she has a lot more to offer.
Thank you so much, Shirley. Thank you so much, Shirley. And honestly, I see your point. The things you mentioned, I actually see it. And in a way, it's kind of reminding me of a conversation that Daniela was having with Callie last week, Saturday. While the party was still going on there in the hall, they were out there in the garden on the bed. They were talking when he was scolding her about her drinking. She was slightly tipsy, and she mentioned something about obviously people think I've healed from what has happened, but I've not healed. Now I'm just realizing that I'm still hurt. So that conversation didn't have a beginning and an end. So it was quite difficult for me to piece two and two together to understand what she was referring to. But after studying the way she mingles with the rest of the housemates, including Khalid, I think I agree with what you said about her liking, having the potential of liking to be the submissive in a relationship, in a romantic relationship like that. Because I'm looking at this girl and I'm feeling like, okay, could it be that she's trying to rebel against her parents, against her loved ones out there? Because yeah, it's like she's trying to rebel. Yeah. There was something she was talking about, when she cries in the morning after, and then she would say, oh, I don't know what my parents would think. Carrie too would say, oh, let's respect our parents out there. Before you know it again, in the night, they'll go back again. They'll do what they are doing. The next morning she'll wake up loaching herself. And then you're wondering like, okay, fine, this kind of process of rebellion is quite interesting to see. Because I've seen people who rebel and they go all out to do it, and then later they wait for the consequences. But it seems like she wants to do what she wants to do and she can't live with herself because she knows that she's a good person. She's an intelligent person. She's a
Yeah.
highly intellectual individual. The way she handles situations in that house, conversations, she's very, very intelligent. But then I feel like she can't believe that she's the one actually doing what she's doing. Like it shouldn't be Daniela doing that. I feel like she's having that kind of, conflicting conversation with herself. But anyway, thank you so much, Shirley. Thank you so much. Let's quickly move on to Sia. Hi, Sia. Hello, Sia. You have phone?
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Sia?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Like, you're welcome to the conversation today.
Let me first say the host is looking awesome. The host is looking beautiful.
Sorry, Gloria. I was gonna say something. I am supposed to come up before Sia because I was here. My network kept fluctuating.
Come on, my
Sia
sister.
with the T. Sia
Come
with
on.
the T.
Oh, sorry. Come up. Glory,
Sorry,
Glory, give Nilen for me. I'm asking. Please.
Okay.
No,
Nila,
Sia, you're free.
Nila came with
Oh,
violence. Like, Nila,
I
we're
came with
sorry.
violence today. The studio has been full since I joined. I used my other phone. I was like, what's happening today? No, where are you people when BB South Africa was hosting? What's happening? BBN is bringing everybody out. I don't understand. What's the problem?
We're sorry. We're sorry, Nila. Nila, you're welcome. How are you?
Accepted. Thank you. I'm fine. How about you all?
Okay. We're doing great. Nila, I want to hear your own thoughts about beauty disqualification and the hashtag that fans are carrying. Bring back beauty. What do you think?
That one is another protest entirely on its own. As I just don't understand. I even received an email asking me about, please, she's disqualified, let the game continue, please. And more so, I'm not a fan of anybody this period because I'm still enjoying my Umpo Abadimu's win. So well, there's little or less what I can say.
Okay.
So, there's little or less what I can say about BBN aside the updates I'm getting from you, because truthfully, I am not seeing this competitiveness I want for me, from my own view. I'm not seeing truthfully, I'm not seeing. Maybe because I'm too relaxed with my baby's win. You grab, I just take a chill pee. See, and you're not the only one with the tea. I also have my juice here, so please let's be guided. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. So
I think it's because you've not been watching the show. If you've been watching, you realize that this season they are the most competitive set of housemates since I don't know. I think since 2 seasons ago of Big Brother. They are so competitive. They are vicious. That's the word. They are vicious. They don't mind doing anything it takes just to be in the game. And they've been giving us some content from the very first day of the launch show. Back to back. No capping.
That's true.
Yeah.
The only thing I
I
watched
don't
is
even
their
know which
past.
question to ask you now. What?
Yeah, I think I actually watched Beauties. Not like I'm not watching, but I obviously do. But that's surge to that cravings. I was for the win. No, I need to calm down. I just have to just take a chill, kill the spirit. Maybe after today's show online, I could just give it a try. Let me just try and see if I could just get a favorite. But I think I watched that Beauty's prior to our qualification, well, for me, I personally think it's easier said than done. Yeah, everybody might have come up with their opinions and all that, but these are adults. No, you grab. No, there's every form of limitation you grab. You can't do this. There's restriction. There's this. Plus the fact that I also saw a few people comment on Twitter with respect to Daniela and Khalid. The old justification of she looks calm. She's not supposed to be doing this. I do not think for her to do what she is doing that we feel adults should do. And judging from our country or judging from the age limits, we all know 18, starting from 18, you're free to do whatsoever. Let me put it that way, what you think is right for you or what you think seems to work for you effectively as an adult at that stage. And the fact that everybody thinks because of her look, she's not supposed to be that thing is getting me confused. She's an adult to her parents, I think. And I'm very sure she's aware her parents are watching. And for this kind of thing, for the fact that condom is even allowed, it's been brought in. Alcohol is being brought in. I think these are triggers that I think humanly can be controllable, but to an effect. If she's having this surge, these cravings, like we call it konji, yeah, if she thinks she can handle it, she's free to do it. That is why condom is in the houses for them. And as to the alcohol for beauty, the whole thing some people were saying is a cause for her being provocative. She can also control it as well. But regardless, alcohol is inevitable in the house. The old whiskey, everybody, they're part of their sponsors. I even saw on Twitter someone was like, this Gordon never even reach as Erica's cause. The thing had me laughing like, no, where are we heading to? What's happening? But as to our fan base suggesting that she comes back, I think they need to be reminded that this is a game. Whatever will bring, or whatever it's a threat to your game is allowed to be removed. How you want it to be removed depends on you as the game player. Yeah, there are different ways or different rules being placed to them. This can cause you or this can cause. Regardless, as a game player, anything that's a threat to your game, so it's just like a game of chess. Yeah, you have to sacrifice the pawn. Sometimes you sacrifice your knight as well. So far, you win, you're good to go. So whether Beauty comes back or not, there's little or less to what she can add up to the game currently. If she knew or she's been reminded constantly of what she is there to do, I do not think she would get to that stage that she is. Whether as to a man, well, I understand that the confinement of them being here might make them picky. Oh, I like this, I like this. Man, several fishes out there. But it is what it is at the end of the day for her. So I wish her well, but as her coming to the game, please, we move. We're way past it. So let's move, please.
All right. Thank you so much, Neelan. Thank you so much. I mean,
yes,
there are questions I would have loved to ask you, but I'll just have to wait and see how you catch up with the show this week. And then the next time we have this conversation, I will definitely drill you with a lot of questions. Thank you very much.
Please, you people, next week, the studio should not be full. Please, the studio should not be full. I finished 2 juices on this studio full. That's usual. What's happening? I saw Lucretia talking. I was like, well, what's happening today? Okay, no problem. Till next week, hopefully, I can bounce back with my violence. But till then, I'm going to watch with my juice. Thank you all. Bye.
All right, Neelan. Thank you so much. Bye. Okay, Sia, you're such a gentleman. Thanks for allowing Neelan to go first before you. Okay, so let me start with questions. All right. Let's start with the competition between the two levels, the level 1 and the level 2. What do you think? Do you think it's healthy? Do you think it's toxic? Do you think the level 2, if they have it coming, the level 2 should also man up and deal with it? What are your thoughts?
Hey, Glory.
Hi.
Yo. Looking good as usual. Let me say that part. Disturbed me. I was complimenting the host, but Ilam decided to disturb me. But it's fine. So, but honestly speaking, your question is, how do I think about the competition between the two?
Yeah, the two levels.
Let me start here, Glory. Number one, for me, I think I've said this even with our own Big Brother, everything. Big Brother is a show that reflects the society, guys. Let's not, uh, I don't want to say let's not act shocked or what. This show, the reason I love it so much, doesn't matter which form it comes from South Africa, from Nigeria. I love the concept of the show that is like human beings put together in an environment that allows human interaction without interference of how. If let's say, for example, Glory, if I see Glory Elijah today in in the street, my reaction to you, obviously, I will see how you are dressed, how you are, what car you're driving. It will influence the way I speak to you. It's a given fact, guys. Let's not run away from facts. So what this show does, as entertaining as it is, it mirrors us in a way. Whether we like it mirrors our lives in a way. I will tell you what I say, why I say this. Let's take I will take for example a person like Shakes, for example, in this type of a show. The guy comes in, he's him, he doesn't he's not feeling scared of the space he is, he's confident because it's what he was taught from home, you know? Because what
Yeah.
Shares is doing in a way, guys, maybe people don't realize it. What Shares is doing in a way, I don't want to say bully, because most of the guys in his level can't stand up to that guy. That's why they're even scared of talking to that Bella chick. Because what he did, he knows the dynamics between Africans in the continent and Africans in the diaspora. He knows the dynamics. So and I also want to say one thing. Let's not feel pity or how do we call it, pity, or I love your words, the way you use your descriptions. It's not pity. Let's not feel like those people that are there to because they're victims. They are not. Glory and all of us guys, colleagues, I'm sure in Nigeria, in the population of Nigeria, if you will count people who audition for Big Brother Naija, and there are people who have not, and the people who don't have anything, you know. So guys, let's not take it for granted that people who audition for the show are clueless. They know, people like, for example, people like Daniela and Khalid, they know what they are doing. They know, guys. Let's not pretend that all of a sudden, like, oh, for example, if Khaled was a true Muslim, I'm not saying he's not. Please, guys, don't come for me. I'm not saying he's not. If he was a Muslim practicing throughout the religion, we'll see him praying in his mat. I don't know who was the guy who had a mat who was praying. Forgot which season. But people like him, he will never participate in sex before marriage or whatever before marriage. Let's not say sex, but whatever before marriage. So let's not be surprised and act like those people who are. If Khalid says, I'm this religion now, it must be 1 through 5. That guy is there playing a game. And Glory, I love the way you're doing your show, because you are not there trying to feed the narrative. You are telling us what's going on. Some people will hate it that we don't care. Let's take Khalid for example. I'm sorry to reference to Khalid. Let's take him for an example. He gets into the house. He says he's this religion 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they go to a party. He doesn't drink. The girl that he likes drinks, and then he calls the girl out and says, "I don't like the way you drink," or on private, right? Fine. I don't like the way you drink. Please stop it. Sorry to track, ne?
Yeah.
Fast forward the next day, third or fourth day. I mean, the girl didn't say, "I'm gonna stop drinking today." I know Muslim people. I know Islam people. They don't compromise. Glory. They don't play around with that religion. That's why it doesn't matter if you are a billionaire or you don't have nothing. You die today, by sunset must be buried. It's their religion. Unlike us, that if you're a millionaire, you must show your casket and all that glory. You know those things. People in that religion, they're so serious to the point that this guy is messing around. I'm sorry. Let's not focus on Daniel alone. Let's focus on him as well. What is he doing with that religion?
Yeah.
When he comes out, will he be able to face the ridicule he brought upon his parents? Let's leave alone the girl now. You know, let's balance things out. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get you. I
didn't want to be heavy like that. All I want to say is, Glory, that there are 3 things with this game. The first thing is this game, it mirrors our lives, whether we like it or not. It does. It does.
It does.
Number 2, my belief, mine now, not whatever, mine is the game chooses the winner. I will tell you what is, Glory. You see, in this game, out of maybe 100,000 or 500,000 people, I don't know how much you guys, you in your country, in our country, maybe 500,000 in our country auditioned. I auditioned as well, I know, you know, but this type of a game, the organizers can choose and do whatever, but this type of a game, I believe, for the mere fact you are chosen from audition by people who don't know you, this game chooses its winner. You know, there's that type of vibe, guys. Let's not forget about it. I can jump on top of the pool party, jump on top of Big Brother, jump on top of Ninja 3, that's with Ninja 4. But this game, it chooses its winner. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I believe. But in any way, Glory, all the 3 things I want to say about the game. You know? Let's understand what it means. Let's understand that it's a game that mirrors us. If I'm judging Fina, I must know there's a Fina in my family. How do I deal with it?
You're right.
You know?
You're
but
right.
I don't know if I've said a lot or whatever, but I for your question, my statement.
You said a lot of things here, and really, hold on. I want to thank you so much for bringing very, very valid points. One of those points you brought out, you know, the game mirrors human behavior, the game mirrors the society. I agree with you 100%. And a proof of that is the fan base, the fan groups, the supporters of these housemates. It's a proof of how we react. When any housemate does anything, the way we react to how that housemate has portrayed themselves, we react because in one way or the other, we can actually relate with what they have done. Yeah. If a particular housemate has 1 million people standing them, then it means that 1 million people, they see themselves in that housemate. They see that housemate interpreting their personalities, their lifestyles on national television. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because at the end of the day, we are all human We are all human, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to turn on my light. Yeah. So as I said, at the end of the day, we are all human, right? And these housemates, they are not aliens. They are not falling from the sky. No, right? There's this saying that, oh, God does not create one and two people with the same personalities. It doesn't really happen often, but we sure do have, two people that have similar personalities. And if there's anything I know about us as human beings, is we enjoy seeing us in other people because it fascinates us. We want to see how we behave in other people. And that's why even the worst housemate, with the most terrible personality on the show, still has a fan base. So, really, thank you so much, Sia, for bringing that to light. I mean, I totally agree with you 100%. But we have to quickly move on to someone else. Sia, thank you so much for bringing that to perspective. Okay, Sekai. Hello.
Hi, Gloria, and hi, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Sakai, first of all, I just want to thank you for being so patient. You are amazing. Thank you so much for
You're
waiting.
welcome.
Yes. Okay, so quickly, I want to ask you about the triangle that exists. Okay, not really a triangle. I think it's a pyramid. But if there's any other shape that I don't know about. Deji, Doyin, Alison, Adekunle, Yemi, Chichi, Chumbi. What do you think about that triangle?
Yeah, look, it's quite interesting. And I must say, I'm going to be very controversial, unfortunately, because I'm going to be that person that's going to come for Doyin. She was my favorite, but right now she's really not. I think that Doyin could have been excluded from this hectagon, oxagon, or whatever this is, because when Saif left, Doyin had already gathered a lot of people outside because she was getting the widow treatment. People were feeling sorry for her. That girl trended for hours. How Doyin went from that kind of trend to following after Demis Bam Bam, I did not understand. It was a matter of hours. Doyin was a queen, and she could have ridden that wave until the finals. She was top 10 kind of trend. So why she's in this, and this goes back to what Baba said. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this guy's name. He said he likes the friendship between Alison and Doyin. I'm sorry, let's define friendship. That is not friendship. Somebody in that duo is not being correctly a part of this party. I think Alison is just tolerating it. Yes, it's not a friendship. Everybody that puts lipstick on this live session knows that as girls, we don't do that to each other at all. If you say you are my friend and you know I like a guy, if you don't like them that much, you step aside. If we both like, we both step aside. It's called girl code. We know it exists. So that is not a friendship, and we can't expect friendship to brew in this short period of time. Fair enough. We'll call it that for the sake of the game, but those people are not friends. So I feel that Alison was getting into a territory where she does not belong. That guy does not even wink her way. He doesn't see her. Alison should have stayed with Ade, where she was being treated like a queen. Doyin should have stayed in the widow state to wait to come outside and be reunited with her Saif. Chichi, I can't read Chichi very well because she's really, her energy and mine doesn't gel, so she's not my favorite. So usually when she speaks, unfortunately, I can't comment. That's why this is going to be a very short conversation on my commenting for her, because whenever she speaks, I actually switch to the other side. So I can't really judge for that. But Deji as a person, I like the bad boy vibe, and I like that he's bashing heads around and stuff like that. Yeah, in Hermes, I also can't really comment because in terms of a ship, I think the only action I saw was him trying Alison in the first week and it didn't go well. So I think he's actually being a solo agent right now. That's that's my view of it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, talking about Hemi, I don't know if you've been following his, should I call it growth or his sense of knowing what's going on around him. Let me put this into perspective. So, Hemi, from the get-go, we've seen how he was kind of gravitating towards Shed. And I don't want to say it's because of the accent thing. I don't want to say it's because of the affluence that Shed says that he has. I don't want to say it's because of all the beautiful things that Shed has actually portrayed his life to be outside the house. But you see that some of the guys, so too, Adekunle, Hemis, they've been gravitating towards Shex. And for Hemis, I kind of found such a gravitation kind of weird. I did not really, really like it. The reason is, rather, Hemis is an alpha female in all regards. I mean, the way he speaks, the way he carries himself, his self confidence, everything. I see him as the ultimate alpha female amongst the level one housemate. In fact, in the entire show, as the ultimate alpha female. But Shed on his own is kind of like an alpha female, but with a twist, like a cocktail with a twist. He has a bit of everything with a twist. He's playing his strategy, obviously, just like everybody else is doing so. But then, Hemis was kind of sucking up to Shex to some extent. And then when that quarrel happened between Shex and Dotun and Bella yesterday, and the rest of the housemates were angry, with Shex, that why do you always think that all the guys are coming after Bella? Who is Bella? That kind of thing. It felt as though it was a moment of revelation for Hermes because Shez had actually made a statement, when he was saying, oh, babe, as a couple, yeah, when we said that when we get out of the house, we're only going to be fraternizing with only two housemates, who did we choose? And Shez was like, oh, we were talking about Dotun and Giddy Fire. That really got to Hermes because he probably felt that he was a part of that equation. So it really got to him to the point that afterwards he was having conversations with someone else and he could not help but vent about it. So what have you seen so far about Henry's character? What do you think? Do you think he has been solo playing this game? Do you think that he's one that needs other people as a crutch to get to the finals and still maintain relationships outside the house?
Okay. My view of Hermes is he actually needs nobody. And I think he knows that he doesn't need anybody, but he respects people. And he shows that respect to people, where it's needed and where he thinks it will probably create peace, because he strikes me as a person who likes tranquility. So I think he saw that going against your Shag is going to create that tension. So he just kept Shags close by enough to just not even create any kind of tension. But I'm almost certain that Hermes, even if they all go against him, that guy will still do it all by himself. And I think he knows that. He actually is just not a man who speaks too much like Shags does. Because Shags, each time he opens his mouth, if it's not about him, it's about Bella. 90% of what he says, it's I, me, this, I, in it. We know that. He loves talking. Yeah. So no, my view of Hermes is the proper definition of alpha. I think he would do very well in this house, or even when they merge, whether he's paid with another person or on his own. I didn't see the ass licking. I think yes, he over-respected Shags, but I honestly think it was coming from just not wanting because Hermes, if he unleashes himself, he will be fighting with everybody. Those people are not at his level at all. He's the one who babies himself so that they can at least even understand him. When he opens his mouth, not anybody can understand him because he's just another level. So I think that's how we started the house. He was like, you know what, if I do it like this and this and this, this is how it will create an environment that works for myself. That's how I think Hermes is playing the game. And just before I go, Glory, I want to comment on Shags and Bella's situationship. I like that. Yes, I like that situation because if Shags was going to pair with anybody at all in both houses, I'm happy that it's Bella because that girl is stuck up. She presses his neck all the time. There is no way there's tranquility in that relationship. She won't let it. She is so hard to get to. And I like that because if she was soft, warming up and praising him for all the things that he has done and all that, that guy would have dribbled there like a ball in that house because he likes being praised for his successes, to be told he's beautiful. He likes that, and Bella is just not giving it. That's why if there is a ship at all that has Shags in it, I'm happy that it's Bella. All those other girls would not be able to do it, except maybe Doyin, but Doyin overdoes it. Bella gives a different spice where he can't crack this girl to think, I'm all this, I'm the prize. How can you not see that? And Bella she's like, in her head, I'm sure she's just like, dude, relax. And I like that. I really like that.
I actually agree with you, Sekia. I actually agree with you because I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday, and I just told the friend that listen, categorically, Bella and Shags, they on the show, they are perfect for each other's strategy. There's no other person that could have actually condoned the excesses that both of them are bringing. Shags is bringing excess capping. Bella is bringing excess stock upness.
Attitude.
Like that, yeah, attitude. She's bringing excess attitude. And if you can tell, you see that both of them, they are kind of positively and negatively influencing each other's decisions in that house. And my fear for them is that it might negatively backfire. Already, I have another insane prediction in my head, but I'm not going to say it out so that people don't start getting, freaked out. But I have a crazy prediction about those two people. But I'm just going to hold it on, and then maybe much later in the season I will reveal it. But really, they are both perfect for each other's strategy. Honestly, I don't think there's any other housemate that could have actually condoned Bella's. I don't think
No,
so.
Glory. And
I
sorry
don't
to
think
cut you off. Even Shegs knows that nobody else could have tolerated this. If you remember the fight, the breakfast fight, he still told her that you can't treat me the way you treat everybody. He can see that she treats everybody like shit. And he was like, oh, you should be treating me nicer. You can't treat me the way you treat everybody. And I was like, yes, Bella, keep doing it. I promise you, I am so happy for Bella to keep doing it, to just cut that tail a bit short. Because I mean, Shakes, without that kind of nipping, he would actually be Mufasa in that house. And we do not want anybody being the king. Everybody should just be like, exist at almost the same level vibe. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say, Glory. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Takia. Thank you so much for all your input. Let's quickly move on to Rainy. Rainy, are you ready to speak? Hello, Rainy. You have to unmute yourself. Hello. Let me unmute. Rainy, you have to unmute yourself. Hi, how are you? You're literally like Mrs. Zoro right now. Why are you wearing an eye mask?
I did.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
You, this Gloria. I'm just so tired. I'm so tired of you. You, this Gloria. I'm
I
so
can't
tired of you.
hear
At
you.
times,
You
at
you
times I
seem
don't even want to.
distant. I can't hear
Can
you.
you
Can
hear
you
me?
move closer to your device? Okay. Can you speak now so that we can test if we can hear you? Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh yes, I can hear you. So get your speaker closer to your mouth so that we
I'm
can hear you.
speaking.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Great. You are welcome to the conversation.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Oh yeah, this is better. This is better. How are you, Rainy?
Okay. All right. Good. Good. Oh
You said you're
no, what's
tired of me.
happening?
What on earth did I do? What on earth did I do?
I'm okay, Gloria. And you? I hope you're doing great, right?
I am. I am. Thank you. What did I do? You said you're tired of
Yeah,
me.
I'm always tired of you. I'm always tired.
Okay, spill the tea. What did I do? Oh my God, Rainy, I can barely hear you. Rainy. Okay, so this is what it is. Yeah, your connection is not really stable. Please, if you can fix it, come back immediately after. Okay, your connection is not stable. Okay, so we're gonna quickly move on to Fifi. Hi, Fifi.
Hi, Glory. How are you?
I'm fine. Nice to have you here.
Oh, nice to be back. Honestly, today I really waited. I
Yes.
waited. Huh?
And
I
listen, I want
wanted
to
to be
thank you.
among the first people, but then I'm like, okay, let me first wait. And my waiting cost me. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you. And listen, thanks for being so patient. Thanks for waiting for me.
Always. You're my girl. I can't miss your stuff. Anyway,
Yes.
this week
Okay,
I
Rainy.
came. This week
Yeah.
I had a lot. That's I couldn't miss it.
Okay, okay,
Did
okay.
you get
Yeah.
me? Yeah.
So which? Can you hear me?
Yes, clear, loud and clear.
Okay, okay. So I'm just going to ask you a question that's pretty much different from the question I've been asking other people. All right. So far
Okay.
so good. Which of the housemates in the two levels do you think has got the strongest strategy so far?
Uh, I think for me it would likely be Fina
Okay.
this
Why do you think
season.
so?
Uh, let me see. Fina came with the relatable kind of strategy. I feel that the way, everyone has been like raining down on her, especially people like Bella who called her uneducated, forgot that the majority of people likely to full-time watch Big Brother could be
Mm-hmm.
the members that she's dissing, calling uneducated and all that ratchet. So I feel that
Mm-hmm.
Fina has the masses this season. That's my personal feeling. And the second person would be Hemis.
Hmm.
Simply because Hemis is so competitive.
Hmm.
He showed us, I think I would roughly relate him a bit to, what was her name last season? The dancer. I'm forgetting her
Oh,
name.
licorice. Licorice.
Licoros. You know how
Yeah.
Licoros hand up when it came to Wedger's weekly task, and she ended up winning a lot of stuff. And I noticed that even after leaving the house, because I follow them, I had a lot of favorites last season. I noticed that Licorice has still gone on to win a lot of stuff outside the
Yeah.
house. She has one of those strongest fan bases outside the house. So I feel like that's the Hermes this season. Yeah,
Hmm.
those are my
Yeah.
two. Those are the two people my money is on this season.
I actually agree with you, especially about Hermes, because this guy came into the house. He came with the storyline of the polyamorous relationship thing, and he tried including Allison into the equation, and Allison shrinked away, or rather shrunk back. There you go. English should not kill me. Allison shrunk back from that
Yeah.
equation. Hallelujah. She shrunk back away from that, and the moment that happened, for me personally, I felt like Hermes kind of lost his balance. It felt like he lost that particular narrative that he wanted to run with on the show. This is what I see. Now, just as you have rightly said, I feel like what Hermes is going after now is to showcase his talent via the task. Sponsor task, housemate task. I feel like that's what he's doing now. And that is where the correlation comes in between his personality and Nico Rose's personality. Nico Rose was extremely boring during the Shine Your Eyes season, no cap. She tried going through the line of a relationship. It was very, very fake and boring. But if there's anywhere in any aspect that she actually did show and prove herself, it was in the area of task. She really did great. She was really talented. She still is talented. She really, really shows her skills and it's working for her currently outside the house, not the relationship area now because we all saw all the drama that happened during the reunion. But for him is now, I think that's what he's doing. And am I happy about it? I don't know. I think somehow I'm happy, but on the other hand, I'm kind of not really satisfied because I feel like if he continues running with that polyamorous narrative, I, I feel like there's a lot more entertainment that we can actually derive from his character. What do you think about Fifi? What do you think
Yeah,
about that?
that's very true. If he could give us more of the polyamorous experience in the house, I feel like it would now make him the content. That's aside his tasks. And I really liked, honestly, like ideally, if Allison had gone for Hermes, rather than chasing after Dekuna in the first place, I feel like that would have given us a match fit of like a couple to look at. Look at him, he's
Mm.
chasing Allison, but then telling his guys that he would really like to smash Chichi. I was going
Mm.
for that dynamic. But then the way it quickly fizzled out, I don't know what happened. And rightly so, a lot of guys here today have really brought some stuff to light and I hadn't noticed, and then I noticed things like most of the guys in level 1 being submissive. to or like being overwhelmed with Shaggy's insertive character. So I sadly came to the realization that actually Hermes could have fallen victim to that syndrome, because I felt like Hermes, he gave me vibes of Boma. You know, when he was just coming in, he gave me vibes of Boma. He gave me vibes of what was his name? The life of the party.
Cross. Cross.
Yeah, Cross. He gave me Cross's vibes. And then I also, when in the arena, the way he was looking, I also expected to see a bit of Perry in him as well. But then, lo and beyond, that's not what is happening. Shaggs, I feel, has become too loud to the point that everyone else feels like if they now try to match that level, there would be a lot of empty tins making too much noise in Biggie's house. So that's what I also think. I feel like if you could try to form a ship, I feel like Hermes would have been the best character to form a ship in this house, not the one-dimensional Shaggs and Bella. Come on.
Trust me, if Hermes gets into a ship, it's going to be explosive. You know why? That guy has this insane sex appeal. He's a very, very sensual and sexual person. And I would really love to see how he plays his romance. Honestly, there's one housemate that I'm actually really curious about. It's Hermes. I want to really see. The guy is so intense. Everything about Hermes is very, very intense. When he's dancing, oh my god, it's as if is I don't know, I don't want to say anything. When he's running past, his energy level is on another level. The guy is very intense. He's very deep. And I like people like that. I'm actually very attracted to people like that. So I really would love to see him in the ship. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like everybody is just playing the ship card this season and it's getting boring already. I would rather see him not in a committed relationship. No. But in a cat and dog relationship. Play your polyamorous script. After all, that's what he's doing in the real world, right? He is not committed to just one woman, he's committed to two women. So in the house, come on, bro, have like two more women running after you, and then let's see how you're going to pamper both of them at the same time. Give us an experience of what you do in your polyamorous relationship in the real world. I mean, I feel like if he brings that to the show, it's going to be fascinating for a lot of people, and people might want to keep it to the last day to see how that plays out. But hey, what do I know? All right, Fifi, thank you so much, Fifi. Let's quickly move on to Rainy. Hi, Rainy.
Hi. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, that's good.
But you can hear what's happening. Yeah? There's a bounce back. So I don't know if you can use
Let me try.
yes.
Let me try this. Why is it so difficult today? Is it okay now?
Hello. Okay, I think this is better. I can't hear myself anymore from your end.
Is it okay? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. Thanks for coming back.
Okay, nice. So, Gloria, I'm not going to. Yeah, you wanted to ask me a question?
No, you go ahead. Go ahead and say what you want to say.
Okay, I wanted to talk about what first? Okay, first I wanted to talk about Beauty's disqualification, right? I'm okay with the fact that why you laughing? I'm okay with
the fact that you're bringing to me now.
Actually, I forgot everything that I wanted to say. So I'm okay with the fact that she got disqualified. I'm okay. And also I'm okay with the fact that her fans, they want her back on the show or whatsoever, but I don't really care about all that. But my problem with her disqualification is about the show. So at this point, what I think is that Big Brother should not only be a platform where they're only thinking about the money and the talent. I think it should also be a platform where they can grow people's behavior, they can help people to improve. It's not all about sending those people home that, oh, you go and take care of yourself back home. No, there's some people that maybe where they're coming from, it's very difficult back there that we don't even know. So I think the platform should be able to reshape people. When they do some certain things, they should have like a rehabilitation where they can call these people and keep them there for like, or punish them and look for somebody to talk to them and educate them. Just like if someone is suffering from a mental health, there's someone in that mansion that they can call that person to talk to that person and bring that person back to the show. So why is it that if someone has a stinky attitude as that of Beauty, they don't have such people who can correct that behavior? I don't understand. So I think it's a platform where they should, okay.
Sorry, I don't work with the producers, the organizers of the show. But if there's anything I have noticed and everything I have learned from the show so far in all my years of following up with the show, it's the fact that number one, the show actually provides for an in-house therapist. At least about 3 seasons now, I have clearly heard it. Big Brother has said before that if the housemates have a need to speak to someone, it could be him, it could be the therapist. They should make it known to him. And over time, season to season, some housemates, they've actually rolled with that option. That's why you see that sometimes these housemates, aside their diary session, impromptu, they are called into the diary room. Sometimes going into that diary room, they are going for their consultation. Before KB was evicted, not evicted, was took his voluntary withdrawal from the Shire ITV, he had consulted with the in-house therapist, and they
But
had seen that
he was asked by Big Brother. It wasn't his opinion that, oh, I
he
want to
had
talk to this.
consulted. He had consulted before he was asked. They didn't just tell him leave. No. You know, when you speak with a therapist, I mean, they would ask you questions just to check your mental health, your emotions, and everything is in check, right? I don't know what happened in that diary room, but I know that when a housemate feels overwhelmed, when they feel stifled, they have the liberty to request to speak with a therapist. And the thing about these housemates is that most of them they joke about it from time to time. Now, talking about correcting the attitude of a housemate, I think that's why Big Brother has punishments and the strikes. Now, on a normal day, in a sane society or in a sane system such as the show, when you are given a strike, what that means is that it's supposed to help you curtail your violent behavior. Because you know that if you catch a second and a third strike, you will be leaving the show, right? So I believe that that measure is put in there, you know, the strike system, it's put in there, inclusive of other punishments, to help the housemates manage their excessiveness, their excesses. But then it happens that at the same time, I feel like people that does not want to control the housemates to a point where they can no longer express themselves the way they want. You find that take for instance the likes of Erica for the lockdown season. I'll allow you to speak. For the likes of Erica for the lockdown season, after she got two strikes, if you notice, she was being extremely careful. People were now complaining that she's boring. Then the day she now exploded, that was when she had that massive, lash out at Lakon. You see, now I'm not saying that it's the fault of Big Brother for giving her strike. No, but the essence of a housemate being given strike is because they're telling you that you're being too much. What you just displayed is excessive, over the top. Control it, tone it down. So if the housemates do not get the message from that strike, then I think it's their problem. Honestly, because at the end of the day, the show is for entertainment, and aside showcasing the talent of the housemates and helping the housemates to actualize their dreams, it is also the housemates' prerogative to help themselves to do better.
So
Please,
yeah, what I think, I got your point. What I think about the strike thing is that giving them a strike, it doesn't really help them that much. It doesn't really make them to go think and reflect. I think giving them more of a punishment will help them. While you are doing the punishment, you're doing some self-reflection on yourself about your action. You're reflecting on it. But with a strike, it's just like that. So, like from me, I'm talking from the point of a mom. I feel like a strike is just like, oh, my child has done something. It's all about taking a whip and whip that child, and I'm done with that correction. I don't think that's it. That's how I see the strike. I feel like there's something I can do to correct my child first before I can only whip. I don't even do that when it's really intense. So I always see the strike like a whip. Just like somebody has done something, immediately you pick up a strike, whip, that's it. That's how you correct it. They don't really reflect with that strike thing. When you give them an intense punishment, they sit. Why they are doing it, they are reflecting. There's a
Are you there? Are you there? Rainy? Hello, Rainy. Um, your connection is really slow at the moment. Uh, so let's do it this way. I would prefer if you joined again using just your audio. I think this time around we'll be able to hear you clearly. Okay. We need to quickly move on to Diza. All right. But guys, this is a very, very interesting conversation that we're having at the moment. And I would really love to hear your own opinion. All right. But we've spent a lot of time on this conversation, on this live stream. So please, in the comment section, just go ahead and let us know. Do you think the biggest strike is enough to correct the housemate or not? Just go ahead and let us know. All right. Now, let's quickly move on to Diza. Hi, Diza.
Hi, beauty, Glory. Oh, I almost called you Beauty. Oh my goodness. We're just talking about beauty. We're just talking about beauty, and then oh my days,
How
like
are you?
I've been following you for so long. Your voice, your name is known in my house, my kids, my husband, everybody. Oh, Gloria Elijah. Yes, Gloria Elijah.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, today I decided to join to finally speak on the show today. Yeah, so it's nice to speak with you
Yeah, thank
finally.
you. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
so
I
for
really,
me,
really appreciate
I think most of the speakers have said almost everything I have to say. Yeah, but there are some things I'll still need Biggie to do. We need the twist. Biggie should bring up something. If he's bringing new riders, he should take these ones out, or he has to give them more. He should let them know that you guys are here to do something. You're not here to start forming ship. What's her
Yep.
name? Modella is already shipping when she's supposed to come and rock some ships. You understand? Biggie should stir this thing up. He should shake this whole place. Shegs and Bella are too so relaxed. The level one housemates has just made life so easy for them. Nobody is even going to that corner. I think when Deji first came, Shegs was unsettled. Like, so I was expecting Deji to push, Deji to go in there, even if he doesn't want to have anything to do with her. Like, I just want to see that Shegs to be unsettled. And Shegs has tendency of violence in him. And it comes out sometimes, even though he tries to suppress it, he has that
I agree.
tendency. I don't know how true it is. I saw one report about his ex saying that he's a violent person in his relationship, and from the argument he has had in the house, I want to believe what the lady has said. And then we need them to reshuffle the house because, oh, my dear level two, I'm a stan of level two. You know, I love those guys, no cap. Like, I need Biggie to reshuffle the house and, if possible, put everybody up for an eviction, scatter the ships, separate Daniela and Khalid so that both of them can really concentrate. Even though I love them, the fact that they are very intelligent, will not take that from them.
Yeah.
We've all bashed the act. We know this is something that happens real life. It's just that they are on television. This goes to tell you that in real life, these are things that happens. Like, there are some set of people who do this thing like every day. So that is why I faulted them. But then I'm like, hey, this is a reality show. And if we're watching this, and then it goes to tell you that, oh, this is what is happening in the real world. These people are just living what we already know happens. It's just that we are watching them. It's just like God watching us too. God is watching us as if he's watching BBN too. So you'd be like, oh, this is my children.
Shouting at the way some of us
You
behave.
understand? But then let's not forget that other aspect, that these two people are actually very intelligent. They contribute to the task in the house. You know, Khalid on his own has always, for level, if that guy leaves tomorrow, level 2 will be down. Like those guys will just go down. Yeah, if he leaves tomorrow. So that's that for level for Khalid and Daniela. And then the lesson I learned from this groovy beauty dynamics is this. You know that thing they used to tell us that if you kill yourself because of your husband, say you see your husband, they do this thing. If you die the next day, another woman don't enter. Oh, I am telling you, this is what's playing out. This is what is playing out. Like, my dear Beauty has gone. Like, I felt so bad. This morning I was like, Beauty, oh my goodness, look at, you have gone. You've left this show. You had great potentials. Like, oh my goodness. And look at other girls are rocking this guy's bed already. They didn't even wait for you. They didn't even allow him to, for 1 week. And no. They've moved on. Like, they've moved on. And then for the eviction show, I want Big Brother to like change this whole thing, If not, some people will just be hiding. Imagine Chomsy telling the level 1 boys, you guys should please put all your best. I cannot stand being up for everything. Who should do it? At the top 10 performer, the top 10 guys in the HOH games should be off eviction list. Every other people should be put up for eviction, regardless of level 1 or level 2. Because if this game goes on like this, these guys will just flush out the top contenders in that level 2. And it breaks my heart. Like, sometimes I want to cry as if I should go into that place. Like, what is happening? These guys are good. They are really, but it's just that, should I say life is happening to them right now because they are in their own world. But then, oh my goodness. I really feel so bad for them. I pray that they win the HOH game in the.
I really agree with you, Lisa. I
Fina
agree
and
with you.
Sorry, Fina
Thank
and
you.
Amaka don't need any sheep. Sorry, Gloria, I'll round up now. They don't need any sheep.
We're trying to hurry.
They are protected on their own. You understand? And
Yes.
then I'm looking forward to tonight's party. I want to see the Chomsy, Fina, groovy dynamics. I want to see what will happen tonight. Beauty is no longer there. So groovy will not be like free for all for the girls. So I want to see what will happen tonight.
Groovy
So
is
yeah,
not in the
thank you, Glory. Nice speaking with you.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. That was really refreshing. And yes, so I totally agree with what Diza just said. Yes, that listen, the way this thing happens, as a woman, if you like kill yourself for a man, when you not kill yourself and you die, there's always another woman that will come into the picture, and vice versa. It happens to both genders. So, ladies and gentlemen, learn to control your temper. Okay. Now, moving on to Betty. After Betty, I'm going to bring on Rainy is gone. Okay, after Betty, I'm going to bring on Latricia, and that will be that, okay? Because we need to round off. Hi, Betty.
Hi, Larry and everyone.
Thank you.
Oh,
Good
Larry,
evening.
I've been following you for 1 year. I think since I was watching Nigerian Idol. I'm actually watching. Yeah. So I
You're
saw you
welcome.
being fit. I'm like, okay, let me look at what she's doing. And I was so happy, like I discovered your channel. And then one day I accidentally unsubscribed. I was like, what happened? I'm not getting notifications from you. So I know but it's okay. Yeah, like I'm watching Big Brother through your eyes, like every day. I'm watching her for upload. I'm happy. Yeah, analyzing like 15 minutes of each incident. I'm this is what I'm looking for. So I want to talk about beauty. I'm okay that beauty is disqualified, understand? But she's like that face that you like seeing on your screen, but you can't exempt her because of a bad character. It's good she's at home, so I still miss her on the screen, but not the character. There are some characters that can be toxic for people around. So that's what she was telling us. You don't want to stay with people that you need to watch your part. Meanwhile, you want to be free.
Yeah.
And then about Daniela and Kylie. Daniela is like this Christian that goes to church. They say, don't fornicate, don't steal. They're like, yeah, I'm not doing it tomorrow. Then tomorrow you go and do it again. You start crying, God forgive me. That's what I see you doing every day. So for Bella and Shakes, I don't know, they are boring to me. are boring to me. I wish they can take at least one of them to level 2 so that they can just calm down that their pride a bit. Then I agree with what this lady said. One of the speakers talked about serving 5 housemates, like the house HOH, 8 of house, serving like 5 housemates instead of like when you win the HOH, then I like the other house is up for eviction. I don't like it. If they continue like it, they will take my Fina out. I don't like it. Then for the shoveling, yeah, I said I like the shoveling. Emmys is good. I like Emmys. I love Deji, the way he's doing calm. Even Groovy that people are thinking, he has nothing to offer. He's like a silent player. Me sometimes I'm like that. Like you think I can't talk, and then I'm doing silent thing that only who I'm targeting is seeing what I'm doing. Others will not see. So that's how you see everything. But all the way, I love all you've been doing for the past 1 year. I enjoy. Don't worry. I'm going to join your membership soon. I promise that.
Yes, please join. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are members of this channel, there's something interesting that I'm going to be introducing to all of you very soon. Fingers crossed. So let's just wait for it. It's going to be really exciting. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. Let's quickly move on to Rainy, and then we'll have Patricia close up. I'm bringing back Rainy because she was cut off at sentence by the network connection. Rainy, welcome back.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you for having me back. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So briefly, just round up on what you're saying because there are
Okay,
people
so
already.
I'm not going to talk about the whole beauty thing again, since it has to do with the production. I'm going to talk about strategy. Yes,
sorry,
Groovy has a strategy. I said I'm going to talk about Groovy. I want to talk about his strategy. I think he has a strategy, and his strategy is all about looking for the top female contenders and strike his gold or whatever thing that he's looking for. The only reason why Groovy is into Fina right now, it is because um, he noticed that this lady survived eviction last Sunday, and this lady has been constantly be hyped by Big Brother. So there is something special about this lady. And then Self Cares instigated him yesterday by saying all those things that, oh, I think you and Fina are cute. I think Fina is a good girl, or all those blah, blah, blah. And that got to him, not knowing that Kes was instigating him. And it got to them. And that's why they had to do that rubbish they did yesterday. So that is his game strategy to get into Fina and do whatever thing that he wants to do. Remember, this guy was a roommate with Shex, and they had planned everything from their little discussions that they usually have, that, oh, we planned how we're going to come and play this game. And you can also see Shex also has a strategy. And even though I don't like him, but I must say he is playing that game very well. And one thing I don't like is that he is dominating. He is using Bella, dominating Bella to play his game. And Bella is just there, whereas Bella can dominate this guy to play that game. So right now, it looks as if Chef is the one, is it Shex, is the one giving content to Bella. Without Shex, there is no Bella. But with Bella, without Bella, there is Shex. Shex is very, very dramatic. He knows how to create content. He knows how to stay in the spotlight and give it out there, play with both the housemates and also the viewers. He knows how to do this. And that's exactly what he's doing. Can you imagine that? This guy, the shit that he is in right now is a plan, like a pre-planned shit. He came from home with a bracelet, already 2 bracelets that he was going to give one to his ship. So last night, after the whole thing with Tunde, is it Dontu? Yeah, I saw him giving a bracelet to Bella. I'm like, guy, so you came with 2 bracelets. You knew already that you were coming here to meet a lady. So you brought your lady a bracelet. So I give it up for Shaq. So that's it. These guys, they have their strategy. But my problem with
Let me point out something this week, that was really for the cameras. I mean, I did a video, was it yesterday? Yeah, the video I dropped this morning. And I said it. I said, Shag displays a fantastic strategy. And even though he's annoying,
very annoying.
you must give it to him. he's really playing the game, and it's interesting that the person he's using properly to play that game is Bella of all people. Now, the day
Exactly.
that Bella, that was on Thursday, that Bella was upset. Bella was upset and that she did not do well in the Quidax task. What happened? She was upset that, oh, I don't want that anytime they call Bella Bella, it's always Bella with share. I want them to say Bella because I'm actually performing well in the task. I want to win HOH. I want to win that. She was upset that she was not winning anything because it seemed that so when they get to the arena, she's like an accessory in the arena.
Exactly.
Her presence does
Exactly.
not count for anything at all. So what did Shex do? Oh, baby, come on, don't be upset. And I say, you know what? I know you need a massage. That looked so premeditated to me. Oh my days.
Yeah,
He just flipped her
premeditated
over.
everything.
Yeah. He just flipped her over. He used a bit of oil and he said, oh, the oil is not enough. Guess what? He now positioned properly so that the
Oh
camera
my
from this
god.
angle
Yeah,
would capture them. And I'm
exactly.
like, Lord have mercy.
Yeah. He is
This guy is
so
so good.
intentional. He's so
Yeah.
intentional with all his moves. He's so intentional. He knows exactly when he's going to drop his next cards. He knows exactly
Yeah.
when and how he's going to drop it. He knows that very well. So that's
And
the
there's something
strategy
I
they're
want to tell
playing.
you guys. You guys should go ahead and check out the African Magic website. I think there's this video that they did of the housemates, those brief introductions.
Yes,
Ted said, I know how to make women fall in love during that introduction.
exactly.
Bella said I like the soft life. She wants
I
to treat
like
her like
soft
a
like
princess.
Princess Soft
Yeah.
Life.
Did you see that video? Did you see that video?
Yes, I watched it. Princess Soft
But
Life.
every single thing that those housemates said on that video, guess what? That's what they are playing now. That's
Exactly.
what they're playing
They've
out on
been
the show now.
consistent. They've been
Yeah,
consistent with their script. They've been
yeah,
consistent. So,
yeah.
I would say they are doing great. And
Mhm.
as for the fight they had last night with Donto and Shex, I don't know why Donto had to just stand there and look at Shex. And I was surprised that Donto has actually traveled a lot. His passports, I think this is his second passport. He showed his
Mhm.
passports. He has traveled a lot. So I don't know why he had to subdue to Shex just like that. I don't know why.
Yeah,
So I was really sad at that. So I hope
yeah,
next time he should man up and stand Shex because Shex
yeah.
cannot do that to Adekule. They've started, yeah,
Mhm.
I can see the rift between them. So they cannot. And also, I would also love
Rainy, your
when
network
they're going
connection
to
is bad again. Okay, Rainy. I think your connection is really bad again, but this time around we'll have to just ultimately move on to we'll have to move on to Latricia. Sorry about that, Rainy. I mean, all that you've said makes a lot of sense, and thank you so much for bringing all of those observations to life. Now, Latricia is just in a round of for us because we've actually spent a long time here, guys. Come on. So, Latricia, let's have you round up for us, please. Now, overall, from all that we have discussed so far, what do you think should happen with the nomination process? Because I feel, as we have already said before, that the level one housemates, there are a lot of weaklings in there. Mentally weak people, physically weak people. They are hiding behind the guys with the chest. They are hiding behind the people with the brain. So I really want Big Brother to put them on the spotlight so that they face nomination for possible eviction. But I would love to hear what you think about that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for raising that one, Glory. I think Big Brother has to do something because the level one housemates, when who was the head of house, the last head of house who nominated Saif and all that, and Saif left. I think Saif was one of the guys that the level two people was one of their strengths, was one of their strong towers in their group. So for him leaving as well, I think it affected them morally. So that's why they are not doing that well. So my wish, if I were to talk to Big Brother, was to say Big Brother was supposed to do the same tossing that he did, as they tell us, the tossing when they were choosing the houses. Let the housemates choose again so that they can be mixed again the other way, no longer the same people in the same house and all that. Let they be mixed, and that should be before the head of house challenge. After that, let it be the head of house challenge. After the head of house challenge, the winner, maybe they can give him the privilege of taking another housemate from this house to this one and bringing and replacing the other one with the other one, something like that. But I think that after those have stayed 2 weeks in the other house and the 2 weeks in the other house, I think Big Brother must just now shuffle them also, so that there is no longer this thing of saying this group level 1 is this one, so that it can just be, it will start to be individual. And when they go for their head of house challenge, they will be on the same level of frustration, let me put it that way, because they'll be frustrated that now I don't know in which house am I going. Those who have sheep, who have friends, will be wondering, am I going with my person that side and all that. I think Big Brother should do that, because now there is this thing of the housemates, as I said, that the level 1 people think that they are the housemates of Big Brother, and they are looking down on the other one, even before they could see that the other house is smaller than their house. They were already regarding themselves as dominant to the other housemates. So if Big Brother could do that, just shuffle them, and before the head of house, after the head of house, then he tells the head of house that the privilege that you have, you can take one member that side and replace with the other one. Maybe that's the only thing that I think will work.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Latricia. I mean, there's still a lot more I would have loved for us to talk about, but we've spent almost 4 hours here, and I think it's time for us to actually call it a night. Guys, as usual, there's going to be more videos dropping on my channel, and as usual, you guys, you can freely express your thoughts in the comment section of those videos. Already there are 2 videos on my channel that I'm sure a lot of you are yet to see, so please go ahead and see them. And tonight as well, it's going to be the 3rd Saturday night party of the season. We're looking forward to seeing all the drama that unfolds. But really, all of you that joined this conversation today, whether you came on here to speak virtually, or whether you were active in the comment section, or whether you were not even doing anything, you were just silent, thank you so much for indulging me with your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you all. Thank you all. I mean, I never take your attendance here for granted. The fact that you are able to do this with me, come on. You guys are the biggest MVPs. Thank you so much, Latricia, for always waiting. Yes. Thank you so much, Sia. Thank you so much, Shirley. Thank you, Rainy, Dupe Omiwa Day, Nilam, Odril, Nam, Sekai. If I did not call your name, it doesn't mean that you're not important. Thank you all for contributing your opinions to this conversation. We do this every Saturday, 3 p.m. West African time. If you're based in South Africa, I think that's about 4 p.m. I think. But anywhere you are, feel free to join us here every Saturday, 3 p.m. West African time. Thank you all so much. All right. If you're wondering what we do on here, some of you are newly joining this conversation for the first time. I'm going to play a video right now that's going to better explain to you all what we do on here. And guys, stay tuned. I'm going to be bringing you all the juicy tea from Biggie's house. The conversation continues. Today is still, makes it like the 3rd week since the show started. Yes. So officially from Monday, we're going to be in the 4th week. All right. So that said, everybody have an amazing night rest as I leave you with this video. Hey, stop right here. Don't go anywhere. You are especially welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Bbnaija, and this right here is Frankly Speaking with Glory. I am the girl with the tea. I give detailed analysis of reality TV shows like Big Brother Naija, like Nigerian Idols, like The Voice Nigeria. Basically any reality TV show that actually interests you, it automatically becomes my interest as well. I literally carry off on my head. I give detailed analysis, I give detailed reviews. I run commentaries also because I want us to have fun. I want us to catch cruise. I want us to, vibe to stuff like that. And reality TV shows are not the only kind of content that I put out on my channel. I also do movie reviews. So you see this Bbnaija of a girl, she's a very boring sport. Guys, for real. I am super boring. However, whenever I feel like passing my time, just having my own fun, chilling, being in a zen mode. I catch up on movies, which I find very, very interesting or exciting. But also, guys, I love reviewing those annoying ones because, hey, we have to call them out. You cannot come and waste my data. You cannot come and waste my precious time watching some really annoying movies. And I also talk about trending social topics because, of course, this life has to be balanced, okay? It's not all about entertainment and fun all the time. We also need to talk about those serious issues that concerns me, also concerns you as well. You're about to have laughs on this channel. I also share my life experiences from time to time. Yes, that is when people ask me to talk about it. But if people don't ask me to talk about it, sometimes I do not feel the need to talk about it. I like keeping my private things private. But once again, you are welcome to my YouTube channel, and as I told you before, you are in the right space. Trust me, you will be so addicted to this channel. People are going to be asking you, what's happening with you? Are you okay? And hey, don't forget to turn on post notification, all right? That is the best way for you to always receive alerts of my videos. So you see what I'm